not on your own understanding? Kind of.
Definitely.
Is there something? Was there any sort of, whether it be Bible verses or any sort of mantras you were saying to yourself every day that you kind of leaned into?
Myriad of things. But again, it was for me. It was just more the overarching theme of trust. Like, again, it was an opportunity for me to trust God in a way that I hadn't, really gotten the opportunity to before in the past. And I'm grateful for that experience.
Y'all know what time it is, man. Yes. One Carolina Live. Mint Street Mondays. Y'all know what we do. Give yourselves a hand for being here on this Monday night. It is game night. It's prime time. I don't need to tell y'all what time it is, because y'all already know. Man, look, I am so excited. And I ain't even gonna lie. I've been nervous all day. I really have. Like, I have really been nervous today. This is one of the biggest games from an exposure perspective. This isn't the first time Bryce has played and the Carolina Panthers have played on Monday night in quite some time, right? Because they played a Monday night game. It was real early in the season. We played the Saints and we lost, obviously. Bryce's rookie season. I want to say it might have been his second or third game, one or the other, right? But we played the Saints and it was a doubleheader. It was like us and then the Chargers and somebody were playing out west or whatever. So we had like the Dan Orlovsky crew or whatever like that. But like, now we got the big dogs. We the only show in town. Us in San Francisco, the only show in town. So I cannot tell you how excited I am about that, because now if we can do and put together what we did last week or some of these other games, heck, even if it's like a Dolphins situation or the Green Bay Packers, and you put together a game like this on this stage, the conversations change because there's a lot on the line. Obviously, we already know division possibly on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got a whole lot that is working in our favor right now. Even if I don't want to say this too early, if we lose, right? There's a lot that's working in our favor. But nothing more important than you guys being here with me right now, man. Salute to some of you guys in the chat at RDC. Shout out to my man Tyrone. Says, keep pounding for sure. Rare Gamer said 49ers are basically 100% on offense, and Panthers are really figuring it out. Going to be a high-scoring game. I don't know. We'll see. Tyree Ross said, what's up? What's happening? S Space says, yes, sir. Game time. It is time. It is time. It is time. I am so excited. And yes, the whole nation is watching. My man King Domo TV says, let's go. I know the font is really small. My apologies. Let's go to war. Panther Nation on the battlefield. Swords and shields will meet blood and sweat tears. We'll feel the arena. Glory to the Panthers bringing home the win against the 49ers. That is what we are hoping for. I appreciate you guys. Hey, listen. I don't have – this is a little bit different show than we normally do. Y'all know that. Tonight, I'm sitting on the couch, which is a lot different for me. This is literally going to be casual, man. We'll talk. We'll – invite some people up. I'll have the link, in the chat if you want to come up and chat. Probably going to start off the game and the first portion of it with just commentary. And then after that, man, the link will be in the chat. You guys want to stop in, say what's up, give your thoughts on what you're seeing in the game so far. You can. Our co-host Brad may pop in as well. Brad has obligation. It is the week of Thanksgiving, so a lot of people with their families, which we totally understand that. Brad being, included in that. But if he decides to come through, if he gets a chance to come through, that would be awesome because we love Brad here. Hey, make sure you smash that like button. We got 55 people watching between two platforms. I'm sure that'll increase as the time progresses. But make sure to smash that like button, man. We're going to get this algorithm going, man. Look, there's been so much conversation, this week. And I'm glad it's been positive. You look around the NFL, man, it's some stuff to be negative about for sure. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you look at, like I look at a team like the Raiders, man, that used to be us, you know what I'm saying? Where it just looked so bad and there was just literally no hope whatsoever, but things have changed. We've gotten, things are looking up, things are on the up and up. We have, I was talking to Brad earlier and I can't tell you how excited I am about just the work that Dan Morgan has done, putting together this roster. Shout out to Dan Morgan, because Dan Morgan has done a masterful job at finding the right kind of talent, right? For years, man, we've had GMs that have hit gold, whether it's Marty Herney in the first rounds, you know what I'm saying, and then other players will kind of, fizzle out. The last Marty Herney go at it, yes, we did get Derek Brown out of that, right? But not a single player from that draft, that all defensive draft, is left on this roster. And that's crazy. And in 2 seasons, Dan Morgan, I mean, man, one of the things that I was telling Brad is I'm like, man, can you imagine what the conversations around Dan Morgan would be like if Jonathan Brooks had not gotten hurt and he would have hit as well? Like, it would have been insane, right? In addition to what we're already seeing, with the players that he has. So it's not just the drafts. It's also the people he's bringing in free agency. Turk Wharton, Bobby Brown. These are guys that are contributing, at a high level. Some of these undrafted free agents that he's picked up, guys like Corey Thornton, you know what I'm saying? Guys, of course, Jalen Coker. There's so many different people that have been added to this team and have produced, and then the guys, that obviously your top draft picks, your J.C. Horns, your Derek Browns, and, Bryce Young and McMillan. We're seeing Xavier Legette start to turn the corner. So it's a beautiful thing to watch, because what's really most exciting about that is, like, if we're doing this now, you have to forgive me, got some allergy stuff going on here. But if you're doing this now and you're, building at this high of a level at this moment, man, what is this going to look like in the next, 2 years? You may be looking at one of the most, like, insane rosters in the league. I was telling the guys last night, I'm like, man, watching what the Rams were doing last night and how they were running all these, like, I tweeted this today, and I was talking about how, with the Rams, like, you're seeing all these, like, twists and stunts, these delayed stunts, delayed blitzes, all this, like, crazy exotic stuff, that you really, really aggressive coordinators do, right? I would love to see, there's going to be so much that we talk about from a mock perspective, and that's all, down the road. But, like, there's certain players in this draft that we could put in those kind of positions to build this defense, because you've got a nucleus here. You got a framework to build upon. This thing can get really, what Shadir said, it can get dangerous. You know what I'm saying? With more opportunistic talent on the team, younger guys, guys that are, and not just that, aggression. You got guys right now, Ajero will show it from time to time, and I think you're going to have to get really creative tonight, because you got some matchups that are going to be, there's some matchups that can be a little, troublesome, right? You got guys like George Kittle and C-Mac, Kyle Shanahan. I mean, it's going to be a brain trust type of game, you know what I'm saying, to be able to figure out, like, hey, he's going to do this here. We got to anticipate this here. We got to be able to, get these guys ready to stop this here, and then, of course, us on offense, they still got to stop us. I've seen a lot of conversations of people talking about, like, my nervousness is more coming from, I want these guys to just, like, have the same tenacity, because I heard Scott Van Pelt say something just a few moments ago on the pregame. He said, and just for, let me just say this real quick. One, the way I'm watching and the way y'all are watching might be different. You know what I'm saying? So there may be stuff that y'all see that I don't see in the moment, which is A-okay, right? I got no problem with that. You can yell it out in the chat. I might be delayed. I might be in front of you. I don't know how that's going to work. But regardless, like I said, we just all watching it together. If y'all see something, I'll be honest, if some of y'all are ahead of me in the chat, I'm probably not going to acknowledge it right away, unless it's something huge. Like if I know that something big has happened, because I got people that text me too that are ahead of me that'll be like, yo, but they only know to text me when it's something good. Like, if something bad happened, don't text me. Like, let me just find out on my own. You know what I'm saying? Let me be sad on my own. But as I was saying, dang, I forgot what I was saying right there. Kind of lost my train of thought. But the point is I know what I was saying. Scott Van Pelt was talking about how he was asking the guys. He asked Swagoo, he asked Jason Kelsey, asked Ryan Clark, who are these guys? Who are the Panthers, right? They go and they beat a team, which, by the way, none of these guys have us winning. I'm watching game picks right now. None of them have us winning this game, right? That's even more reason to go into Levi Stadium on national freaking TV and show up. and show them what's really good with it. Hey, man, I'm tired of playing around. Let's wake it up on these jokers. You know what I'm saying? We not messing around with these guys. Don't go in here and act like the team that played against the Saints. That's what we don't want to see. What we want to see is the team that y'all know that y'all are, that you know you capable of being, and handle BI on the national stage. So we make all these jokers look nuts. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Panther Dog, yes, Brad is coming around at some point. Brad is actually on, he's not like on vacation, I would say, but he's kind of like in sort of a situation like that, right? So he may come through, he may not. But again, probably after the first quarter, I'm going to drop the link in the chat, and I'll just have, people come up as you guys want to come up. Say what's up and give your thoughts on what we're seeing. 81 people watching between two platforms. Y'all make sure to smash that like button for you guy. I appreciate y'all. I see some of my faves in here. Shout out to my boy. I think I already saw Tyree Ross. What's up? Our Nicole Ivory, moderator. Shout out to Rare Gamer 99. Leland Wayne, my man. Yes, sir. So, look, it's time, y'all. So, like I said, I ain't going to be – you might hear a little bit of the game in the background. I'm trying not to get, flagged and thrown off the tube tonight. But at the same time, I really don't care. We vibing. So, tell me what y'all thinking, man. What y'all feeling in the chat, man? I see some of y'all stay in the whole Rare Gamer say you stay in the whole game, win or lose. Absolutely. I'm here the whole time. I'm not going anywhere. The entire time. I am right here. So, Rare Gamer also said tight ends are kind of our specific defensive weakness, and George Kittle is crazy good. Gonna see. Yes, he is. But one of the matchups, and I'm fascinated to watch. So I've been kind of out of the loop. Been dealing with some sickness this week, man, and some medication adjustments and things like that. So I haven't really been looking at a lot of the scouting reports to see outside of when we did our show Thursday. And shout out to my boy, the Real Ball Watcher, that came through for a new segment on the show called Ball Don't Lie. Check that out on Thursday evenings. We probably won't do that every Thursday, but for now it'll be an every other Thursday thing. Something that will continue, and probably be an every Thursday thing in the off season once we're looking at players that we're scouting for mock drafts. But as I mentioned, I'm interested to see what Claude and Charles is probably my favorite matchup tonight, man, because he showed some stuff in the second half of that Falcons game that was really, really interesting. So I'm excited to see what he looks like tonight. And, because that's all you got. You got what you got. So you got to make sure it works out. Hey, Lo, what's good, man? Shout out to my boy Keeb, my boy moderator Keeb, my dog. Hey, either one of y'all, man. Lo, if you want to tap in, man, I'll put the link in the chat, man. You can come up now if you want to. I know me and Lo had mentioned linking on his channel, which I know that's something that we do quite often. Lo is the pregame podcast. If y'all don't know my boy Carlo, man, I'm telling you, one of the most friendliest people, one of my best friends, just like my boy Keeb. Keeb is that's like my brother. Keeb is my little brother. So, man, I appreciate y'all being up here. But again, like I said, man, matchups, and I'm looking forward to watching. I'm definitely looking forward to the Claude and Chairless and Kittle and, these tight ends and linebackers. Trayvon Morgan will probably get involved with that. Another thing that I'm looking to see too, so I know he's a young guy. I get it. But I am interested to see how, even with him being a young guy, I am fascinated to see Corey Thornton get an opportunity at the nickel spot, especially if they go big nickel, right? I saw somebody on Twitter earlier saying that they need to go a lot of dime defense to, kind of handle what they're going to see against these tight ends. But you got a guy. I mean, you rotate. I know Lathan Ransom is back, right? So it'll be interesting to see how that rotation works. I don't know if Corey Thornton gets an opportunity, but based on what I saw last week, especially like I said, second half of the game, that's somebody I'm getting involved. He's physical. You know what I'm saying? He can cover well. That's a guy that can, help you kind of eliminate some of what you like. The thing with George Kittle, man, is that you're not going to stop him. You just got to contain it. You know what I'm saying? So there's no stopping it at all, but you can contain it. And that's about as much as you can hope for. So, but I just noticed I wasn't listening because I was running my mouth, but Laura Rutledge was talking, and Bryce Young's ankle still looks wrapped. If you watched my breakdown of Ball Don't Lie with Real Ball Watcher, I talked about, and I'm gonna mute this for just a second so I can hear myself think. But I talked about how Bryce with the ankle issue has kind of forced him into more of a sliding around in the pocket instead of taking off and bailing, kind of footwork perspective, right? And it's made him more honest to the position. And honestly, it's looked a lot different as a result of that. Like it has looked a lot different. Dare I say better, right? And so these are things that I feel like he can pick up and build upon. Man, this could, that's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Shout out to Miss Velbag. This game is too exciting. Let's go Panthers. Yes. Keeb said, okay, love you too, bro. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, hit me up. People somebody blowing my phone up. Let me see who this is. Hold on a second. Let's see. I got this. So y'all know I'm old, man. I'm old as heck. So I got this thing where, instead of, I do get the alerts or whatever, but like my sister showed me how to turn on this thing, the haptics or whatever, I guess or whatever that is on my iPhone where it like flashes, where so I can see my alerts because I'm a senior citizen. So I very much appreciate that. But Rare Gamer said the ankle wrap might be strategic at this point to help him with the movement. Hey, it might, you know what I'm saying? Like it might be one of those things that it's a reminder, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I might not be hurt, but this might be one of those things. And I do think it's still an issue, especially after getting hit. I mean, JJ McCarthy, this soft benching thing, like I'm really starting to believe this soft benching thing is a real thing because JJ McCarthy looked awful yesterday. He looked awful. And I'm not saying that Bryce is a warrior, no doubt. But man, keeping JJ on the bench for all that time when he was dealing with his ankle situation starts to look like it was more than just the ankle. So, I ain't hating, but it is what it is. But anyway, anywho's, so I'm going to turn back on my volume. All right. So, I am looking forward to, I don't believe in none of this like superstitious stuff, man. I know some people do. The coin flip situation. I guess if we win the toss, we're 6-0 if we win the toss, 0-5 if we don't. I mean, whatever. It just is what it is. Anyway, we go back through and see, make sure I didn't miss anything from anybody. Let's see, Panther Gal. Shout out to Panther Gal. Appreciate you coming through. And Leland Wayne, what's up? Yeah, I think I said hello to you already. And then Nicole Ivory, my moderator. Appreciate you coming through. Yep, my man Hollywood Gaming says, what up, Panther Nation? Shout out to you. Appreciate you being here. Anyway, all right. So, again, as I mentioned earlier, when I started off, I am going to be here the entire night. So, there may be times where it gets, I ain't going to say stagnant, but, I'm going to be watching the game like y'all. I ain't going to be talking the entire time. But I do have the link that I'm going to drop in the chat, but that probably won't be until after unless if it's low or, specifically him. I will drop it for him because I've been wanting to talk to him about some other stuff. But for any and everybody else that wants to come through, I will have the link open, and so you can tap in at anytime after the first quarter, going into the second quarter. Because, I might not be pleasant to talk to if it's not looking good right away, But anyway, how y'all doing, man? How's y'all's day? How was y'all's week? Everybody ready for Thanksgiving? What's on the menu? I know me. I'm getting ready to eat as less portions as possible. I've been on this like health kick, like trying to lose as much weight as possible. Starting to work out, doing all the right stuff, the stuff so I can be around. Hollywood Gaming said, how long I'm staying after the game? I don't know, man. It just depends on what the vibe looking like. You know what I'm saying? If we get the dub, I might be here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't, I'm not going to bail out. But it may turn. What I may actually do is, because as you see right now, I'm sitting on the couch. I'm kind of hanging out. I may go and set up like my normal traditional Mint Street Monday show and then come back and just react to press conferences and stuff like that in real time. That may happen. Not making any promises, but that's possible. But this is kind of gonna be that version of that show that we would normally do on Mondays today. So yeah. Rare Gamer says, "What is the John family signature Thanksgiving food item?" The signature Thanksgiving food item would be my grandmother's chicken casserole. Yeah. I just heard my wife scream in the background, "Yes!" Because it is true. So and it's a couple of different things. It's not just hers. It's my grandmother's chicken casserole. It is also my so there's a couple. It's my it's both my moms. I have two moms, right? Not on no like, I ain't not that kind of situation. Like I got my pops is married, and then there's my mom, right? I ain't want y'all to think I'm gonna be quiet. But anyway, got two moms. Both of them cook bomb macaroni and cheese, but they're both two completely different recipes, right? I'm not gonna say whose I like best because there's a good chance that one of them, if not both of them, are watching because they normally do. They just don't comment, but I will definitely get a call. So I'm gonna keep that close to the vest, right? But their macaronis, my mother-in-law makes an incredible cream corn. She makes a lot of really good food, but her cream corn is unbelievable, right? And salmon patties. Like I like salmon croquettes. Now we don't eat salmon croquettes for Thanksgiving, but like every year, usually for like Christmas or something like that, my mother-in-law will make me salmon croquettes and grits for like, cause I'm old school, man. I am old school, like Southern country boy, right? But yeah, she'll make me salmon croquettes and grits for like Christmas breakfast, or sometimes I might have asked it and requested more than just Christmas. But yeah, that's me. So all right, enough of the talk about food because I'm getting hungry and I haven't eaten anything. Anyway, we're getting ready to start. So, shout out my dog, Real Ball Watcher. I appreciate you reposting the broadcast, man. Appreciate that. Major Key said if we can just get consistent bright shine tonight, we might have a legitimate chance. Hey, I agree. Big fam together in Raleigh this week. That's what's up. I got family in Raleigh too. We usually come to Raleigh for Thanksgiving, Panther Dog. But we hadn't been in a couple of years. I'm sure my uncle is not happy about that. Keeb said, anyone ever had fried grits before? No. I'd be interested to see what that's like though. Me too, man. Hey, look, I'm not even gonna front. When I saw that, you know what? Yes, I'm nervous about it, but at the same time, I think that Austin Corbett is gonna hold it down tonight. I really do, because he had opportunity. Like he played center another game, and it wasn't what it was like. I think he didn't play like the full game, or I think it was like he came in for K Mays when he got injured, and it didn't look like it did, like previous games. So I think bro gonna hold it down, man. I think we're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'd be more concerned about Chan than I would him. Like Zavala, like that I would be more concerned about. But again, I haven't been as tapped in this week, so I'm not sure if y'all let me know in the chat. Is Chan starting, or is it the what's the other guy's name? The guy that we picked up? I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. I should know this. But anyway, make sure to, I got 117 people watching between two platforms. Make sure to smash that like button, bell notification so you don't miss a video. But yeah, I'm not like, okay, if I'm gonna say I'm nervous about anything, this is what I'm honestly nervous about. These guys, the moment being too big. I'm concerned about that. I don't think that the 49ers, like from a just talent on talent, even if they were at full strength, they don't scare me. Nobody in this league scares. There's really only one team like defensively that makes me like, that will probably make my forehead sweat under this hat. And that would be what I saw from the Rams last night. Like when we get them in 2 weeks, I'm glad we're playing at home. I'll just say that. And I'm glad that we got a good running game because we're going to need it. Right. But outside of that, I'm not really all that nervous about, much of the other stuff. Like I'm cool on everything else. Like I think we can play with, and even the Rams, we can play with anybody in this league. We have proven that, right? And if Bryce plays at the level that he played at last week, then we can beat anybody in this league, not just play, stand on the same field and be able to play with them and make it competitive. Like we can actually beat some of these guys, right? I don't think we're necessarily. Some people would suggest we're ahead of schedule. I would disagree with that because I think a lot of us had higher expectations going into this year than some of us didn't. Right? It's probably split down the middle. For me, I have gotten caught up in the hyperbole of being ultra fanatic man, and then being like, oh yeah, we're gonna go, man, we going 12-4. You know what I'm saying, or some nut shit like that. But like now I'm like 8-9 looks really good. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of where my head was at the beginning. Was kind of more in the 8-9 kind of framework. So, but you know what? Hey, they have pleasantly surprised us. But here we go, kickoff. All right. So like I said, some of y'all may be ahead. I don't know, but hey, there we go. Income with the tackle. Hey, Lathan, crazy self. All right. Now, one of the things that I'm looking forward to, I want to see how aggressive. And again, I'm not watching the chat that much. Rico is one player, though. Everybody else is outside of Turk Warren. Yeah, agreed. I'm not going to watch the chat that much just because I really want to pay attention to some of these defensive matchups. So I'm super excited about this. So here we go. I'm watching, man. I'm excited, y'all. Let's go. And I know some of y'all probably ahead of me, so I don't want to see the crazy stuff when it happens. All right, there you Nope. No, sir. Look who was right there. Claude and Chairless. Right there in the mix. Derek Brown has been an absolute rock star in the running game this year, against the run this year. Hey, real quick, we got 131 watching between two platforms, 22 likes. Y'all help your boy out. Smash that like button. Hit that bell notification if you're not subscribed to the channel. And if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, man. Just vibes only, vibes only. Again, at the half point, I am going to, after the first quarter, put the link in the chat. So if you want to come through and chill, you can do that. All right, here we go. Ooh, woo! Let's go, Trayvon. Yes, sir. Man, the only thing I don't like about the Monday Night Football broadcast, you can't really hear the crowd that much because it really is like the Monday Night Football is the wine and cheese of NFL games, right? So because of all the production and everything like that, all the cameras and all that whatnot. Hey man, real quick, Trayvon Moehrig has been one of the biggest free agent signings that we've had in quite a few years. Like he has paid off in dividends, man. Let's go, quick three and out. Get to him. Oh, he was out of bounds, but he might have got there. Oh, they said he got it. I thought that thing was about to flip. I ain't gonna lie, I miss seeing that, man. C-Mac. All them years, boy. Hey, but no lie. That's what's gonna happen tonight. I'm gonna make you beat me with him. It's gonna be not. I'm not gonna say like he, because C-Mac, we know what he can do, right? We know all too well. But it's gonna be him. I'm gonna try to eliminate Killer as much as possible. Like if you're gonna beat me, it's gonna be with him. And I love how they keep running him between the tackles, A and B gap. And look, Sean Robinson, you go between the A and the B gaps if you want to. You're gonna pay for it tonight, little guy. Promise you that. Red Gamer said, I'm about 10 seconds behind you. I'm cool. Word. I'm just glad I'm not like super behind because I've done another live stream where I was like crazy behind everybody else. And I look nuts when I be like reacting like, oh, and they be like, bro, that happened way long ago. I'm like, God dang. Come on, y'all. Get some pressure, man. There you go, Claude. Oh, they're going to C-Mac us to death. Another big third down. Yes, we have. and we don't like. It's just, man. Like I said, I can't unsee what I saw last night with the Rams, man. We don't do enough. I would just love to see more twists and stunts and things like that, and some pressure, man. Like, look, Brock Purdy gonna make some mistakes, man. Throw the house at him. Me and RB Dub just talked about this. Throw the house at him. Let's go, Nick. See, that's what I was, and I was just telling Brad this earlier, man. I'm like, you know what? If we're not getting pressure on Brock Purdy, he just gonna slice us up underneath. That's all they're gonna. It's just gonna be death by 1,000 cuts, and then they may take the occasional shot. I see Corey Thornton out there. Shout out to Ricky Pearsall, no lie, man. Getting shot in the chest and coming back and balling like that is crazy. I ain't gonna front. Shout out my boy Will Robinson says, keep pounding. Yes, sir. Keep pounding. Let's go. Let's go. Get there, Derek. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's exactly what you need. If you get pressure on any quarterback, they gonna make a mistake. Or they gonna do something to just keep the play going. But it ain't gonna be a completion. That's what you need. If you can get consistent pressure, that's what I was saying, man. Like, I hate to talk draft stuff, but I feel like you need just as much as people love like Kenyon Sadiq and Lemon and all these other people. You need some more aggression on that defensive line, man. We need some more interior pressure to happen. And Derek is one man, but you need more. It's not enough. Look at Nick. I'll make them tackles. We keep getting these boys the third down, man. And the good news is, and what I'm loving that I'm seeing so far, it ain't like they gashing us to death. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't getting just blew off the ball, big play after big play, which this is not their offense, mind you. So, that's not something that I think we necessarily have to worry about too much. But we're not seeing that a lot, and I love it. Way to get there. First down, though. I ain't gonna lie, it look like McCaffrey's getting ready to take off right there. But let me ask y'all a question. How y'all feel about this McCaffrey thing? Do y'all really think like he views this as like a revenge game? I know that's how the media want to frame it up. I don't really see it that way. I think like if we had dealt McCaffrey to somewhere like the Raiders or something like that, where he just kind of went to hell, like then I'm sure he'd probably be pissed off. But like been to the bowl, man. Like got in the bag. Well known around the league now, getting a lot of exposure and all that kind of stuff. I feel like we did him a solid, honestly, and it worked out for us too. Look, they trying to go deep. Nope. Look, told y'all, man. Claude and Chairless everywhere. If Claude and Chairless turns into is Claude I don't know if y'all can tell me this or not because I don't see it on his helmet. I don't think so. But is he wearing the green dot? Yes, he is. Wow. I see it. Interesting. Yeah, Claude and Chairless is playing some high-level football. Come on, y'all. Can't be doing that. Slid the protection all the way to one direction. He ran that way. And then it was just hey, let me move you out of the way, sir. See you, Claude. Thanks, pal. That's where your veteran guys will be able to identify some of those things and, be able to make a better play on that ball. But, it is what it is. Good Lord. C-Mac really about to have a career game against us, ain't he? Oh, man. Yeah, I agree. Red Gamer said no. CMC was well loved here, so yep, couldn't agree more. Chanix, I think I'm saying that right. Says he don't care about revenge in Carolina. I agree. Oh my gosh, man! Look at Turk. Ah! Oh man, did y'all see that? Yo, Turk getting ready to be. It's over with. How did that even happen, man? If he would have stepped that ball, it'd have been a wrap. Like that's what I mean. If you're Brock Purdy, that's where you kind of like heads up, just snap it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't have to play him, because that's a free play. You take a shot to the end zone. But yeah, we dodged the bullet right there. Oh yeah, he about to be. That's a meme incoming. That's insane. Come on, stop him. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Ashawn and Bobby with the stop. Ashawn been a big pickup too, man. He can play really good this year. Excuse me. I'm old on here with y'all, man. Look, we got 145 watching between two platforms, 24 likes. Like I said, eventually we're going to bring up some guests. Dang it. Oh, my gosh. How does that even happen? Goodness gracious. Touchdown by 49ers. Already. This is what they doing already. Just one drive. A lot of time off the clock on that drive. A lot of time. The thing you can't afford now, you can't go 3 and out. You got to make something happen like ASAP. Killed him on the little slant. All right. All right. So it's 7-0. 6 minutes left in the first quarter. Carolina about to get the ball on offense. The good news is that we are on defense to start the game out, and so we got a chance to get a 2-for-1 going into the half. So we're ways away from that. I know I'm kind of thinking a little bit out the box real early, but man, that's a. I don't think it's a horrible sign. I mean, it was a long, methodical drive, right? And we've seen this on our side, these scripted drives, and that was very much scripted, right? A lot of CMAC, a lot of underneath, a lot of, pressure beaters, man beaters with, some swing passes and a lot of, like I said, a lot of stuff underneath, just letting CMAC operate in space, which not for nothing. Like, that's the one thing that I'm looking forward to as far as, like, what they scout for next year is like, yeah, we'll get the occasional, Tet running across en route. Excuse me, T-Mac. My apologies. T-Mac running across en route. Xavier Leggett running a mesh or something like that. And Bryce will dump it off to him, and they'll pick up some yards after the catch. But like, I want to see that more, and that's the thing that makes the Brooks signing so fascinating. Is like, or the draft so fascinating, is because I feel like you're gonna have a lot more of that with him. Especially if he comes, like, obviously you're banking on his health, but if he comes back healthy, man, like, you got a guy, right? And I look forward to seeing that, because we don't really get a ton of yak, and that's something I'd like to see more of. But yeah, hopefully Bryce and company answer. Like I said, right now, where San Francisco just scored, the score is 7-0. Long, methodical drive, 6 minutes and 17 seconds left in the first quarter. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe button, and bell notifications if you don't miss a video. Shout out to, all my channel members. If you want to become a member of the One Carolina Show, just hit the join button, $1.99 per month. We'll be doing more member lives and things like that, especially as the off season begins. We'll be doing some special content from that perspective. Got a couple of shows that we do on the channel. This is one of those shows if you're new here. This is Mint Street Mondays, a special edition of Mint Street Monday, but we also do a bunch of different shows throughout the week, I drop a bunch of different content throughout the week, I should say. And then we just started a new segment on the channel called Ball Don't Lie that we'll be doing every other Thursday for now, and then that'll pick up to every Thursday once the off season starts. So a lot of things going on the One Carolina channel and One Carolina Network, as we're affectionately changing morphing towards, I should say. So make sure you join while we're here now. as it's building, and we appreciate you guys. 155 watching between two platforms, 26 likes. Make sure y'all smash that like button for your boy. So, Jeff Gomez says, did we even think about blitz? No. And all good. They just got to adjust. I couldn't agree more. So now we got our offense on the field, and I'm about to turn it up because I'm excited to see what our guys are about to do. Yes, we know, Troy. We hadn't thrown for 200 yards, but yeah, last week he threw for over 440 yards. So hopefully this is a trend. All right, here we go. See if they start running this thing early and often. Bryce behind center. Coker in motion. Here you go, Rico. Start us off. Big carry. About 5 or 6 yards on the carry. We love it. That's what you want. So, yeah, Austin Corbin and Chandler Zavala, man, those are going to be our two. That's what we watching tonight, man. See if these snaps are high or these blocks are missed. Hopefully neither one becomes a thing, and these guys show up big on the main stage. See Jimmy Horn out there early. A little bit of a decoy, or hopefully somebody that's going to be active in this situation. But he lined up in the slot right now. See what they do with him. Clearly it's a pass. Uh-oh. Bryce Young. Nope. Not sack. Throw it. There we go. Flag on the play. Who is the flag on is the question, because it feels like it's going to end up being a freaking holding call. Hopefully not. So they playing the replay right now. Yep. Icky with the hold. I could tell as soon as old buddy got back there. Yeah. So back that thing right on pause on up. That's been their only bright spot, Bryce Huff. I think 4 sacks on the season, I believe, something like that. So now we're starting in the hole. Now you kind of got to throw the ball. So make yourself a little one-dimensional here. All right, BY, let's see what you got. Jimmy in motion. A little dump off to Rico. That ain't going to get it done. They sitting all on top of that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, this where I understand you're just trying to feel things out. You know, you don't want to make a mistake early, but, you know, you got to be a little bit more aggressive. So now you're in a position where this is where it really, like, these are those moments, those third downs where if you, like me, you start to ask those questions about the trust factor, because, you know, if it gets dumped off underneath and you don't take a shot, like, you know, like they playing a little cover 4. Straight man. Look, this feel like a McMillan. Oh, of course. All right, Chube. Chube almost picked it up. Dang. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like he should have went for it right there. Like, I know it's crazy because look, they scored pretty easily. You go for it right here. You give them really great field position, but in that case, the only reason I don't like you going for it right here is, like, why not have a little bit more aggressive play call right there? Like, everything just seemed, I don't know. Maybe they did call some stuff, but, you know, I'm watching in real time, so it's kind of hard to see everything. But, like, it just feels like it wasn't. Maybe guys were just covered up. I don't know. I just feel like there should have been a little bit more aggression on the play call right there. But, you know, nonetheless. Or a Raynaud said, disaster. Nah, not yet, man. Not yet. Bryce got moves. Yes, sir. And yes, we do got to tackle better. This is that's crazy. Anyway. All right, 157 watching between two platforms. Make sure to smash that like button for your boy. All right, give me 1 second here.
You got a classic ride. You make time to work on it, even if it's during your busiest season. And to do that, you need tools you can trust. So whether you drive it every day or you only take it out on the most important night of the year, you can count on Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight, your holiday destination for tools. Early Black Friday is here. Save all month long.
Let's see.
Don't waste money on your business mobile plan, paying for stuff you don't need. With my Biz Plan from Verizon Business, choose exactly what you want. Pay only for what you need. Now get our best price as low as $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years. Sleep? You gotta sleep. We turned it around. Like no business we know. Wha-bam! Jack Daniels starts here. From cave spring water to sugar maple charcoal to smooth Tennessee whiskey. Made by those who pour everything into their craft.
All right. My bad, y'all. Okay, back to it. So, I don't really feel like terrible. I feel like this was a drive where you just kind of filling things out. You know what I'm saying? You just wanting to see what's happening, wanting to see what what the defense is doing. But again, as I mentioned, when I talked about this at the top of the show, man, like my biggest concern with this team is going to be if they feel like the moment is too big, right? You're looking at a team right now that have, of course, they got new pieces, but there's a core there, especially what we're looking at on offense. Guys like Jennings, Brock Purdy, some of these other guys. These guys have been. These are Super Bowl guys, right? They didn't win it, but they've been to the Super Bowl. They've been to the playoffs multiple times. So, these big time games like this, it ain't a lot for them. And you got a lot of young guys on our team. So, this is gonna be this is an important drive right here. All right, Nick Scorton getting some pressure and a pick. Let's go, JC. Score, baby. Yes, sir. I told you, you put pressure on this boy, and he is going to make a mistake. Period. That's what I'm talking about. That is what it's going to take. Shout out to JC Horn. Let's go. Look, it ain't going to be long. Let me tell you, the type of pressure that's going to come from this situation, it ain't going to be long before you start having people, especially if you keep making mistakes like this, it's not going to be long before you have the crowd asking for the backup because the backup was the one that was putting them in position to begin with. So now y'all just got a gift because one of the best corners in the league delivered. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Tubbs. Yes. Pick. Let's go. Score the ball. We on the 20. Here's your opportunity. Put 7 on the board. Little play action. Bryce rolling out. Man, these guys covered down here, man. He ain't nowhere to go. But he ain't making bonehead decisions. I would rather you not turn it over, pick up a couple of yards, keep the drive going. I don't want to walk away with 3, but I'm telling you, that pick right there, this is their opportunity trying to go. That's what I'm saying, dog. Look, Nick Scorton with a little bit of pressure. That's all it took. I see the vision, EJ. I can see the vision. The thing is, though, is that you got to get more consistent pressure. But if that's the first thing that they do trying to go deep, that's scary for Brock Purdy. That's going to continue to happen. Anyway, let's go, Rico. Hey, for a team that, I'm telling you, this is the thing, man. Teams like this that have a lot of really good talent on their roster, even when they don't show up and, the stats don't look crazy for the year, it is still a team you got to wake up for. This is still, this ain't no slouch situation. You still got to wake up for these guys. All right, man. Big third down. Let's make something happen, boys. Jimmy on the motion. Jimmy about failed. Yeah, BY. Hey, I'll take it. I thought BY was about to score. I like it. I like it. Smart play. Very smart play. That almost feel like it was designed on purpose. Because, like, when you see McMillan, like, he was already in block form. But I really think that was a play that was going to Tommy Tremble. They just kind of, diagnosed it and blew it up. But here's your opportunity to put the ball in the end zone. We don't need 3. We need 7. Let's get it done. Oh, he opened in the back of the end zone. Oh my gosh. Come on, Bryce. Oh my goodness, man. You can see Evans was open in the back of the end zone, but he would have had to throw it earlier. He waited too late. Dang it, man. All right. Hopefully that is, man, they just gave you a gift too, man. Goodness gracious. Hopefully that is Bryce Young's, what do y'all call it out there? That's his government mandated interception. That's the one. You get the one, and that's it. Goodness gracious, man. Oh, craziness, man. All right. So hopefully that'll be the only one. Yes, look, Bryce gave it right back. Gave it right back to him, man. Terrible. Terrible. My big boy Swagger says, run the freaking ball. Yes. Tubb said, I hate the Panthers. Yes, he could have run it, man. Man. Yeah, it's frustrating. But you just got a gift too, man. That's one of them things. I'm sure if you're a defensive player and that happens, you're not happy about that. But this is the inconsistencies, man, that can make it frustrating, make it a little hard for you to to roll. But hey, look, it's one pick. It's early in the game. The score is 7-0. We still got a ton of time left. Just stay the course. Just got to stay the course. Yep, we did need to score on that one, Jay Issue. That's crazy. But again, like I said, 7-0. Good sign is their quarterback trying to go deep makes a mistake. Our quarterback in the red zone makes a mistake. Hopefully this is one you can, kind of look past and, wake back up and, make it happen. So they're re-showing what kind of happened here. Yeah, he really could have. Bryce could have kept that and ran it in for a touchdown. I mean, Troy Aikman's acknowledging it. A bunch of people saying the same thing. I saw some of y'all in the chat saying the same thing as well. So this thing with McCaffrey running all night, that ain't gonna get it done. So like I said, there's nothing here to me that scares me, but what does make me nervous, as I talked about from the top, is the moment. The moment is big. This is your first time on a nationally televised game for most of these guys, and so the defense, hey, they showing up. They came to play. It's just gotta be offense. Jason said 99% goes to C-Mac, and then we run him over, worked him. Yeah, agreed. Goodness. Hey, this was us, man. Y'all remember, if you're old enough to remember, Kyle Allen, just dumping it off like crazy, And I think that was the year C-Mac had the Triple Crown, if I'm not mistaken. And we only won 5, 6 games. It's crazy. He's just working them like crazy. Yeah. But it happens. $53 is indeed the mic. All right. All right, y'all. So at the end of the first quarter, it is Panthers 7, San Francisco. Excuse me, Panthers 0, San Francisco 7. So thoughts so far. I think that the defense for the lack of aggression, as far as like your pressures, blitzes, things like that, probably not going to see a lot of that from Ejiro Evero early. It's going to be, a lot of coverage, not and whatever you're getting with 4 men pressuring, right? And then I think as the game progresses and guys get tired and guys start to press, especially if Brock Purdy, if it looks like, Kyle Shanahan's calling, more conservative game plan, then you might start seeing some blitzes on third down and things like that, right? Or maybe even like a second down blitz, to put them in an advantageous situation. The thing on the offense, though, yeah, I'm concerned. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a little concerned, because they're definitely gonna, they watched what we did last week. They know that Bryce can't move around, as good, and they're gonna do some things that, it's basically like, okay, we're gonna try to take away the run game as much as possible. If you're gonna beat us, it's got to be you scrambling around. It's got to be you making plays, right? And look, I feel like that's one you could just tell, like when he threw the pass, like you knew immediately. He knew immediately, like, yeah, I made a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is one you want to have back. This is one that you want to definitely, like, you should have ran that one in. Troy saw it, y'all saw it. I'm slow, so I didn't see it right off my top. Eli Brooks says Dave overthinking things. Shout out my man Elliot. Eli's, not my bad, bro. Elliot. Jay Usually said it's not hate against us. Bryce is to notice that they have a spy on him. Bryce's eyes get the best of him at times. Agreed. Chuba had a TD if they gave him the ball. Yeah. Terrible, terrible play calling. You got Chuba and Rico, and you freaking throw. It's stupid. Yeah, crazy. So, just getting started though, man. 194 watching between 2 platforms. I think I got most of my people watching on X right now. I don't think I have a lot of people watching on YouTube because it's not common for me to go live on YouTube on a night like tonight. So, if you are on X, appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button. We appreciate you stopping by as well. Like I said, I am now going to do what I said I was going to do earlier, and I am going to drop the link in the chat. I will pin the link at the top of the chat. If you want to jump in and just say what's up, you can jump in. Real quick, I'm just looking at what they're talking about as far as like the first quarter. The time of possession, man, 10 minutes to our 4 minutes. That is insane. So, see, that's who you don't want getting involved. George Kittle with a first down. All right. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to drop this link in the chat, and then y'all want to come up, come on up. Probably only going to take one guest at a time, but that's just kind of how we do things over here. All right, so link is officially in the chat, and I'm going to pin it if I can. I put a star on it, so but I'll keep dropping it in the chat if it doesn't pin to the top. There we go. Good pressure. Look like they picked up that screen a little early, so. Roger Craig. Mm. I was watching that little bit right there with Roger Craig and C-Mac. Of course, C-Mac's locked in, but Roger Craig, I don't think C-Mac really understand. Probably don't. Maybe he does, because his dad was playing during that time, Ed, for the Broncos. But I wonder if he really understand who Roger Craig was, during that time, because that's when the Niners, I mean, they just absolutely ran roughshod through the league, man. It's crazy. So the third of our time, the defense was our time was in the red zone, so keep that in mind. Ooh. Man, great tackle. Shoestring tackle by Barnes, man. Are they going to go for it here? Oh, yeah, they going for it. Man, if y'all get a stop right here, this could be incredible. Nah, he got it. These linebackers ain't been getting killed, man. They've been playing all right. You know, it ain't been the most beautiful thing in the world, but they doing to us what we've done to a lot of other people, and that's just being consistent and running the ball, short underneath passes. And I think that's what they kind of want to do the same thing. That's what I would kind of switch up to doing. If I'm Dave, you gotta like I would commit to the run because you got to have more time of possession. Like you got to hold on to this ball longer, and that's exactly what they're doing. Like I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Coming out of Stanford, I just would have never guessed that C-Mac would have been a running back that would have ran between the tackles the way that he does. Like you could have never convinced me of that. Like, and he's been doing this for years. Like it's been to the detriment in with us for some time, and even up there where he's at. But like this has been a constant thing for a number of years. So shout out to C-Mac. I know a lot of y'all want me to be like, man, but forget him. I feel you. I got it. Look at Brock out there. Excuse me. Man, I'm yawning like a mug. If I do go live late at night like this, it's usually like very scripted and very short. And I'm sitting on the couch, old as heck. Let's go, y'all. Somebody make a play. Woo, there you go. Way to get that, DJ Wanham and Claude and Chairless. Man, if these guys find a way to do something on defense, put something together on defense, man, this will be incredible. Red Gamer says CMC has that genetic thing going from San Fran knows how to coach running backs. That's a fact. Oh, there you go, Derek. Derek on some McKimbe stuff. Hey, what y'all think about the Brandon Ayuk situation? And no, I don't want him in Carolina because I know that's what everybody keep. I can't tell you how many people that hit me in inbox like, man, we need Ayuk. No, we don't. I don't want nobody that just got paid a huge contract complaining about where he got to play or not showing up or whatever that situation is, right? Like, nah, pass. Salute to him, but nah. All right, San Francisco using one of their timeouts already. Done seen something they don't like. So, hey, one timeout down for them. My boy Blue said DB blocked that thing like Mutombo. He sure did. Straight Mutombo. Still behind by only 7. Agree. This is far from over. It's a lot of time left. You got some adjustments you can make. This is just the beginning of this, man. But you need a big stop right here. You got a big third down. You need a big stop. And you got to get some of your playmakers involved, man. They just showed T-Mac on the sideline. You got to get Mac involved. You know what I'm saying? Rico, they showing on the sideline. It just – I don't know, man. Like, I hope these guys keep the motivation. I hope they don't feel like, this is – of course, I don't think that they will feel like this is a, too big a moment or anything like that. But, my hope is that they just kind of lock in, Y'all deserve to be here. You need to be here. Yeah. I couldn't agree more, Jay. Say a locker room problem. Big pass. All right, here we go. Okay. EJ brought the blitz. And a pick. What? Look, I'm trying to tell y'all. That's pick number 2. Oh, that was one for Mike Jack. You see what I'm trying to tell y'all? This is what I'm talking about. When we spend all this time talking about is Vero and the blitzing. Man, if you blitz certain quarterbacks, they're going to make mistakes. We could be up by getting ready to be up by 14 right now. You have got to put EJ, look, I love it. Continue to put pressure on this guy. I told my boy Real Ball Watching when he was on Thursday, I said, dog, if I am him, I would literally, I'm talking about zero blitz. There'd be times I put everybody on the line. I'm gonna make you throw it deep. I'm gonna make you make a mistake. And that's exactly what you just saw right there. Made you make a mistake. Man, I love it. Shout out to the Real. Yes, that was Mike Jack. Mike Jack with the pick. Shout out to Mike Jack. Big time play. Big time play. Now y'all got an opportunity to go make something happen, man. You got to make something happen on offense. If not, the defense is going to start getting pissed off at you because we just gave you 2 gifts. Go make something happen. Don't be afraid. Look, I'm going to tell you what I would love to see personally. Play action. Hey, Bryce Young, I don't like if you're going to throw picks trying to do something great. You know what I'm saying? If you throw a pick with just a 50-50 ball to McMillan. I was watching that game yesterday, y'all. Like, I can't even lie. Watching the Dallas and Philly game yesterday, all I could think about was like, man, seeing George Pickens make some of these, incredible catches. Man, I would love to see T-Mac, have do that kind of stuff, right? But then I had to rephrase my statement. Not I would love to see T-Mac do some stuff like that. I would love to see T-Mac get some opportunities like that. Because it's not that I don't think he could do it. It's that the deep balls are far more calculated. Why go draft a guy that is a 50-50 ball nightmare and not give him those opportunities, man? Sometimes you just backyard it, throw that thing in the air and be like, hey, my man versus your man. My man is 6'5". My man got a vert. I'm going to throw it up there and make you either make a mistake and get a PI call, or maybe nothing happens, or maybe, you know what? I just punted. I threw a pick. But either way, I'm going to do something to try to make the defense afraid that I will go deep like that. You got to, man. This stuff cannot be so, calculated all the time, man. You got to take some shots. You have to. And, yo, real quick, Jimmy Horn is getting a lot of burn tonight, y'all. But it's just it looks like it's primarily just as a decoy. Said he wouldn't have threw a pick if Canales would have ran the ball. Yeah, Troy Aikman just said another throw behind, Brock Purdy. The thing is, though, is that he attempted it. That's what I want to see, man. This is probably the most. I keep saying this, and I know, maybe something's going to happen, but it is extremely frustrating to watch an offense that that they have players that can do specific things, man. If you just take the attempts, take the chance down the field. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't you're not going to hit all of them. I would just like to see the aggression. For those who are on the side of wanting to see a different, player at quarterback, that part, you got me. I understand. And I'm not going to argue that because he's not aggressive. It's a very calculated aggression. All right, 3-by-1, they showing blitz. Throw it down the field, Bryce. Oh my gosh, Mac. Come on, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he done struggled with some drops. No lie. Gosh. So they going? Oh no. Okay. Dang, man. You just getting gifts after gift after gift. You're not gonna look. The one thing about a team like this is you've got players over there that if you keep on playing around, and this is the thing that makes guys like this dangerous. You keep on playing around, And some of these guys going to come to life. George Kittle might end up coming to life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might start figuring out ways to exploit some of the matchups on our behalf. Like, man, we got to do something on offense, man. We have to. This is crazy. Look, Elliot, I know. What else can they do? They can't do nothing else. They doing everything that you need them to do. They're giving you every gift that you could possibly imagine. Yeah, man. Again, for the people who have the concerns about the QB, one of the biggest concerns that's universal, regardless of what side you stand on. I love what I saw last week, but it's like, remember when Dave mentioned the whole thing about, like, being aggressive, calling some deep shots or whatever like that? Why does it always have to be him? Why can't BY see something at the line and be like, you know what, I'm taking a shot right here. I know this might be intended for this guy, but if I see Jimmy Horn open down the field, I'm going to him. That's the thing you got to be like, the next step in the developmental process, in the maturation process, is like your own autonomy of making decisions in real time. You know what I'm saying? So, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm just a schmuck talking ball online. Look, my boy Blue, I don't blame you, dog. He said, I don't want to hear no more defensive slander. None. No more. I feel you. Jason said, we've seen this before, John. Week in and week out, the defense always hold their own until they get gassed. Yep. So, not a good sign so far, guys. Not a good sign. 210 watching between two platforms. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to reshare this on X if you're watching on X. Hit the retweet button. Hit the quote button. Hit the like button. Hit all them buttons. Hit all them shits. Appreciate it. My blood Blue said offense needs to get it together because we basically in the playoffs now. I don't know about that. I know this. I know that, you got two very favorable matchups against the Tampa Bay Bucks, who are hobbled. Even if they get Baker Mayfield back, I feel like those matchups are going to be big-time games regardless if Baker was playing or not. Nothing about the Bucks scares me at all. But you got to get some stuff done. Like, even if you lose this game, now you got to split between Seattle and the Rams, and that's a huge, huge ask. Oh, gave it up. Look, got another gift. Oh, shoot, man. Come on, y'all. Oh, my gosh. Fumbled to a first down. Come on, man. Man, Princely punched that out cold, too. Man, Trayvon fell on it and rolled over. I mean, in real time, look, it's hard for me to say my big old butt sitting on the couch like, oh, that's what you got to do. But dang it, man. This defense is playing out their mind tonight. One touchdown so far, but the rest, man, the run defense been solid. Bam Martin Scott showing. Look, shout out to Bam. I was just talking about Bam, one of my homeboys. Claude and Cherilus. Princely out there getting reps. Yeah, I mean, this defense, like, it ain't breaking, it ain't bending. They making plays. You know what I'm saying? This and it looks like I'm seeing that there is so the nickel spot, you got a mixture between Lathan Ransom, Corey Thornton, and that actually is pretty dangerous, man. The fact that you can go 3 deep at the nickel spot is insane. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! There is going to be a freaking mutiny at Levi Stadium. Oh my goodness. Look at Kyle Shanahan's face. JC freaking Horn. there is getting ready to be a mutiny at Levi Stadium because this Joker has thrown 3 picks. They are going to go nuts. The crowd is losing their mind right now. They want Mac Jones. Oh my gosh. Offense, yo, stop playing around. We could literally be up 21-7. Get it together. Throw the ball deep. Look at Jimmy. Score should be 21 to freaking 7. Oh, man, they going to be killing Brock Purdy tomorrow. We have to close the deal tonight, y'all. We got to. They got to figure it out. All right, BY. Make something happen, man. Make something happen. There you go, Rico. 9-yard run. I love it. Now you start getting aggressive. 3 freaking picks. Horn got 2 picks tonight, bro. Look, this is all pro territory. This is first team all pro territory. It's happening. All right, Bryson Tremaine out there now. There you go, Rico. Hey, you know what? One thing I love, man, that I'm noticing, and I've talked about this in the past. I love that they're using a strength of Tommy Tremble's coming out of Notre Dame, because Tommy Tremble played a lot of fullback at Notre Dame, and I love seeing that. I love seeing, because you have options there. I would love if they would use him like they use Kyle Juszczyk at times, where they wouldn't just use him as just solely as a blocker, but also flank him out in the flat and stuff like that, just to give another option in the passing game. So, look, oh. No, don't throw a pick. There you go. Just run it. I don't know how I feel about some of these calls, man. A lot of this misdirection stuff, and I don't know. And you're not really seeing XL a lot either. Like, I wonder if there's something did I miss something, y'all? Did I miss something like in the, during the week? Like, is XL like labored? Is he injured? Like, what's going on? I'm not seeing a lot of Jalen Coker. Like, I see Jalen Coker out there, but just not a lot of opportunities. Like, all right, 2nd and goal. Look, speak of him and he shows up. Jalen Coker. All right. He said, run the ball. And then I see Jay Issue said, keep Chuba out. Look, here's where you got a great opportunity. Brock Purdy is on the ropes. They might actually think about going to Mac Jones, right, at some point. But we got 3 minutes left going into the second half, and we get the ball. This is really where you can make a statement. You got to score right here. We need at least 3, but I want 7. You got to have something right here. Just don't match the energy with an interception. There it is. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. I mean, when I watch that play call and I see how McMillan just kind of jogged to his spot, right? Was that the play call from, the whole time? It just feels like you're afraid of making a mistake. That's another thing that I don't want to see, y'all. Like, straight up, I don't want to see a team play let's make mistake-free football. There has to be some aggression, man. Tubb said it. This is play calling. Look, you know what happens? Anytime this happens, if they don't win this game, and it looks like the play calling is the reason why, if there's just not enough aggression, like, he'll get pressed in the media. And then the next week they'll be super aggressive and Bryce will throw for 350 yards, right? But at the same time, if guys aren't getting open, from my view and the way I'm looking at this, it's hard for me to see things because I'm talking to y'all and watching this at the same time. But y'all let me know. Does it look like there's guys getting open down the field? Yeah, it should be 21. The score should be 21-7. Like, defense is playing out of their mind right now, which I'll be honest with you, that makes me very happy to see. I'm glad to see the defense is playing as well as they are. Like that's a very good thing. But it can't be the only thing. Like we gotta like there's gotta be more juice on the offense. That's all I'll say. Ms. Velbehag said, what is this play call? I feel like we keep running the ball, we should pass, and vice versa. I agree. And the thing about the passes, I feel like we should be more aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Elliott, isn't that nuts? Isn't that nuts? 3 interceptions, 3 points. Are you kidding? That's insane. That is insane. 3 interceptions and only 3 points. It's not enough. It's not enough. We need more. Anyway, make sure y'all smash the like button, subscribe button, bell notification so you never miss a video. We got, let's see, I haven't looked at the count. 224 watching between 2 platforms. I know that most of my audience tonight is on the X platform, and I appreciate y'all tapping in with me tonight. It's vice versa. It's like on X, there'll be more people watching, during this time, and then on YouTube in the mornings. Like, so when I do Mint Street Monday in the morning, there's way more on YouTube. But either way, man, I'm thankful that you guys are here, period. And just rocking with me tonight. I appreciate it. But if you're not a subscriber to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel. There's no cost for that. If you are subscribed and want to become a member, consider becoming a member for $1.99 per month. We do have tons of really cool content here. You can subscribe to us here and take a part of that. Like I said, on Mondays, we do Mint Street Mondays every Monday at 10 a.m. This is a special edition of Mint Street Mondays that we're doing from my couch today for this Monday Night Football game. But we will normally be here in the mornings. We may stay around for a little bit after the game, depending on how this thing goes and depending on how my old body holds up. But we are here throughout the entirety of the game. And so appreciate you. I will drop a link in the chat. Like I said, it's already there. If you want to come through, say hello, give me your thoughts on what you're seeing in the game so far. I'm pretty sure that there'll be frustrating thoughts, but we'd love to hear from you either way. And getting ready to give up a punt return or a kick return. Huge yards. Craziness. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Elliot. I appreciate you being here, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah, JC has been watching that film. The whole defense. Hey, look, man, like, not for nothing. I think what we're seeing right now from the secondary, like, this is the vision, dating all the way back to what Phil Snow and them seen, right? Because defenses have changed. Now it used to be like, your primary base defense was 4-3-3-4, whatever. And that still exists. There's some teams that still run their, primary base, totally. But now, like us, like, we'll run a 4-3, but your third linebacker is typically someone like Trayvon Moore. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the nickel defense is pretty much the base now, 4-2-5, so things have, they've changed. When they drafted all those corners back in 2020, this is kind of the vision I think that they had, even dating back to Phil Snow, right? So this secondary is for real, and the beautiful thing I love, man, is like, whoever this officiating crew is, if we make it to the playoffs, this is who you better hope your crew is, right? Because J.C. Horn is a very, very handsy corner, right? You better hope that this is your officiating crew for that time because they letting these boys play. We've only had one flag the entire game, and it was on Ick. That one flag, right? So I like that too. I like that they're not, they're allowing people to be aggressive, allowing them to play. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that JC might be committing penalties, but you and I both know he can be very handsy, right? And so the fact that you're not seeing that from him and that he is being more, given the ability to play, he can be way more aggressive. And that is a bad news if you're the San Francisco 49ers, but it's incredible news for us. But regardless of what they do, man, like, you've got to, I don't care if this is a 100-yard game. I don't care if this ends up being a 300-yard game at the end of this, man. You got to start making something happen on offense because right now it looks like you might, At least you're not pitching a shutout, but you'd be lucky if you scored 13, 14 points this game. And there's just way too much opportunity here. This defense is giving us way too many gifts for us to, screw this up. So, yep. No, nobody's panicking. Are you saying like nobody's panicking like we should be panicking, or nobody's panicking like we're gonna be okay? Because I'm not panicking. I think we're gonna be fine. Yeah, I agree, Tubbs. 3 turnovers and 3 points is not winning football. I could not agree with you more. Yeah, that is. I mean, it's a good sign that you're getting those turnovers, but it doesn't. That's about all it is a good sign of that only. So, we got to figure something out. So this is getting insane. Jay Issue is joining. What's up, man? I'm gonna add you to the show real quick. Jay Issue, what's going on?
What up with you, John?
Chilling, man. Just watching this madness on offense, but this greatness on defense.
Yes, sir. I'm stressed out.
Why you stressed, bro?
We got so much opportunity right now. We could take advantage of it, and it's just like, like you know how you have a toy in front of a cat and you see the cat scratching at it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we do? Is that what we doing? We just, we just toying with it. We toying with a toy.
Playing with the food. That's what they said about us, or they said about Green Bay. Against us, man.
Man,
Yeah,
then all this dinking and dunking.
see, and I just mentioned this before, man. It ain't gonna be long. The fact that this is what I like about, and I say this, reluctantly, but what I respect about Kyle Shanahan and what Brock Purdy just did right there. You just threw 3 interceptions, and you still found a soft spot deep in the zone and threw it to George Kittle. So that makes me
Mhm.
question: is this Bryce Young's reluctance to throw it deep, or is this Dave Canales putting the seatbelt on him?
It's a good question. Why are we afraid to throw
Who
the
he
ball anyways? What's their defense rank? Like their cornerbacks?
Not high. I mean, they're one of the lowest pressuring defense, but I mean, obviously that's not the case tonight because they're getting solid pressure. I what I've started to learn with us, man, and I think it's really like this all the time. It's not just us, man. It's like this with everybody. Like I don't really pay attention to a lot of like. Yes, I talk the stats because they are the stats, right? For your point in the
Mhm.
season, and it makes for good, show material as well. But like, man, these guys they strap up, and you don't know who you getting, on a night like this. So, some of these guys playing up, beyond their ability tonight. So, but I just know that you gotta figure out something, offensively. And the thing is, the something that you got to figure out. I said this, and I don't know if you heard this when I was talking earlier, but I'm like, man, I would just love to see just the attempt. If you're gonna throw a pick, Bryce, just throw the ball deep, man. Just give T Mac a 50-50 opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like enough of this comeback routes, enough of this, quick, slants and all this other kind of stuff. Well, we really don't see a lot of slants, but like I would just like to see like just throw a 9 to T Mac, and just see what happens. 50-50, a 6'5" guy versus a what
A
6'1"
shorter
corner.
frame.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I'm taking a chance.
Yeah, I
Dang.
heard you. I heard you say that earlier. I agree with you. I just don't see the aggression that we doing.
No, not at all. Dang, bro. Purdy almost literally 2 different times. He almost threw a pick to Lathan Ransom, and Mike Jack just about had another one that he threw to Jawan Jennings.
Yeah.
God. You think you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. If he would have threw that one, they pulled Mac Jones is starting after the half.
You think Coach would have got that frustrated? He'd have benched him.
Bro. You just know. I mean, you're a 7-4 team that if you win tonight, you're 8-4, and you are well within the wild card hunt. As a playoff team, because they probably gonna have 3 teams out of that division go to the playoffs, right? Or
Yeah.
likely, right? Unless we upset the party. Yeah, hell yeah. Mac Jones been playing as good as he been playing, and you gonna sit and watch this? Nah. Yeah,
Yeah.
because this is bad. This is really bad. Like this will be regardless of how this game goes. That's going to be the topic tomorrow. Like even if we win this game, the topic's going to be like, man, Brock Purdy, my goodness. Like nationally, that's what the people going to be talking about.
Yeah, if they allow them to bash the man, I mean they talk so great about him. I haven't noticed them talking bad about him yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get a lot
Yeah,
of favorable looks.
yeah, he doing worse than Bryce right now. I mean, the yards. I mean, I get the yards is a major difference, but he looking worse than Bryce tonight.
You know what's crazy though? I mean, and I know this is gonna sound crazy. I would rather take what he's doing, even with the same result.
Ooh,
Because I
mm.
just like the aggression, man. Like I said, you threw 3 picks and you still threw a seam a throw up the seam to the tight end between 3 defenders to George Kittle, right? Found that soft spot in that
Yeah,
zone and hit George Kittle. And like with like no care in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing that I think will take if Bryce is going to go to the next level and we're going to consistently see what we saw last week. And like I said, I'm not looking for Bryce to throw for 300 yards. I just want to see more opportunities like that. But I do find something interesting. I wasn't really tapped in this week as far as like injury reports over the last couple of days of the week. I wonder if there's
mm.
something going on with XL because I hadn't seen him a lot. Like he hadn't really been out there a lot. Jimmy's been getting a lot of those snaps. And so for a guy who had such a good week last week not to be out there, I'm wondering if something happened during the week that, we don't know about. And I'm sure that'll be something that'll probably be brought up at some point.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything about Excel myself. I think I think when I see Horn on the field, like Canella stated like weeks ago, that it was some in the form of he's not trying to show everything that we're trying to do to where teams can combat it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's us. Come on, man. You it don't matter what you show. Teams they're gonna stack the box on Bryce anyways, like regardless. So it's
Period.
like you gotta try something new. I still don't see it. Is that XL at the bottom?
I'm going to take a look real quick. I think you might be a little bit ahead of me. Um,
Oh,
yeah, you definitely ahead of me. If they already lined up, you way ahead of me.
yeah, I ain't gonna spoil it. I ain't gonna spoil it.
All right.
But yeah, the aggression, man, I'm 100% behind you with that one. I'm not seeing it.
Tubbs in the chat said he's still dealing with ribs. He's asking a question, not saying that as a statement, but he might be.
Mm.
Dang, I can't believe I'm this far behind you. That's crazy. All right, I'll take that. So you saw the Sanders play, obviously. So
Yeah.
okay,
XL, he out there now.
okay.
Bryce underthrew that, but yeah.
This will be. I mean, it's the opportunity right here. Like if they going, at least if you can put at least 3 on the board, this puts you in better position because you get the ball back. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, complete underthrow.
What is he doing? What is Bryce?
What? Oh my gosh, he must have threw a pick.
Nah, he didn't throw a pick. I would have been yelling, but nah, he didn't throw a pick. Who was he throwing it to?
Elliot said, "Can you draw that? Hey, let me. I'm gonna holler at Jay Issue for a couple minutes, Elliot, and then I'll bring you up. Yeah. See, like I said, I'm way behind you. So, let's see. Oh yeah, that's miscommunication. I think he thought T Mac. I mean, yeah, he thought T Mac was going on the outside. Like,
Going for
man,
that first and getting out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Like, because that's not. I mean, with T Mac, this isn't the first time that this has looked this bad. You know what I'm saying? Like in this game. Like there was a play
Mm-hmm.
in the red zone. T Mac was just. I mean, it looked well to me. It looked like the play was scripted, but it didn't look like there was a lot of effort there. And what happened?
I don't know.
Oh, it was
I
grounding.
think they're still figuring it out. I got it muted, so I can't really hear it.
Yeah. So that what they're talking about right now is so they called a grounding call. So he going
Mhm.
to the ref, like Bryce was going to the ref to try to fight it. But I mean, regardless, I mean, plays over, and it's fourth down, so it don't really matter. But um, he was going to dispute it.
So what you saying right now, John? What will you expect in the second half? What would you change?
What would I change? One on defense, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just stay aggressive. I love that. The one thing that I think that this is going to be sustainable on defense, and the reason I say that is because you've got so many different variations of people that you can bring in. Like for example, at the nickel spot, you're seeing Trevin Wallace. I mean, excuse me, not Trevin Wallace. You're seeing Lathan Ransom and Corey Thornton. I haven't seen much of Shao Smith Wade, but I'm not sure if he was on the injury report. I just didn't see that. But
Mhm.
so defensively, I'm not worried that this, because sometimes you can worry like, man, this thing could really get away from us defensively because these guys might get tired. But I mean, some of the guys you're seeing out here, like Princely's out here a lot. Nick Scorton's played damn near every snap. Derek is being rotated between Bobby and Ashawn, and then they're kind of doing like a rotation between Turk and those guys like that. So like
Yep.
I'm not really concerned that this thing slows down or anything defensively, because these guys, Corey Thornton with a big play right there, a big stop, and they only got 8 seconds left on the clock, so I doubt they're gonna take another shot because he's probably afraid of throwing a pick. But that's the thing. I would like to see more aggression on the offense, and like I said, man, for obviously last week, the thing about tape, man, is that it always provides you an opportunity to see something that you can make your point towards. Right, last week, me and all the Bryce Vengers got to rejoice. You know what I'm saying? This week, the Bryce the Brycetacons, the Decepticons, you know what I'm saying, they get to rejoice because of what we're seeing so far. So it's that inconsistency, and it's like if you can find a middle ground there, like I'm cool with you not throwing for 400 yards, man, but I don't need like the game where you can't even like where you're not finding your receivers, because what this looks like to me is two things. One, the moment might be a little bit too big for some of the young guys on offense. That's one thing that we're seeing. Two is you are the game plans are you don't have like a counter. So I think honestly we might end up seeing more of the same on offense, going down the stretch of the third and the fourth, is because Dave Canales doesn't really have a great counterpunch and answers to some of the answers on, or to some of the questions on the test. But
Mhm.
on the flip of that, it's like it's hard to say whether that's because of the limitations of your quarterback or if that's because of your lack of trust in your quarterback. It's something. And I do find it fascinating that he said last week, we got it done despite quote unquote we made some mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. And I'm like, well, what, little Drewski face, what you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
I'm fascinated to see what you mean by that. And um it appears to me like, he just it feels like he might just be apprehensive because he's just afraid of making a mistake. I'm talking about from Dave's perspective. And
Yeah.
that's not winning football, man. You can win some games like that, but you're not gonna be in games with teams like this.
Nah, you can't. I think he's putting it all on the defense, like the defense is gonna win you games. Most times it can happen, but for the Panthers' sake, it's not for us. The offense got to pick it up. We got to put points on the board. We can't
Yeah.
keep surviving on the defense. Keep having us every week in and week out. It's just I feel like it's unfair, and I feel like what else did I wanted to say? The only consistency that we lack is not finding consistency. The
Mm-hmm.
consistency is not looking at our peak every week. It's like, bro, how y'all can't click yet? One
Mm-hmm.
week y'all looking good, the next week y'all look like a high school team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no fight. That's the consistency right there. It's inconsistency.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a lot of frustration. I mean, we still in the game. The game is not out of hand how it should be because it's a lot of plays that was left out there that we should have took advantage of, and it's like, man, how long are we gonna keep good teams in games when we could have took advantage of it?
Yeah. And it's really nonsensical, man. But again, it's about matchups too. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I like what I'm seeing from him. Standing in the locker room, like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, cool. You go. You know what I'm saying? That's where it's like, yo, dog,
Facts.
you get this thing going. Like, y'all got to figure this out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's just too much talent, man. Like, there's things that you see, and it's like, I get it. San Francisco, for as bad as all the stats looked, right? And some of it was bad. Don't get me wrong. Like, they do have some bad looks as far as stats are concerned on defense. Like, hang on, I'm gonna pull something real quick so I can, because I had a graphic that showed. Let me see if I can find it. Just how tough it's been for them, especially rushing the passer. And I mean, they hadn't gotten home a ton. You know what I'm saying? But it's something like, okay, so they only got like 12 sacks on the season, right? That
Yep.
is on pace to finish like dead last in league history since they've been charting the stat.
Sheesh.
The pressure, they're dead last in the NFL in pressures. Like there's just a whole lot of stuff that is not favorable for a team that's showing, like, they should be doing more against this team. Like, it's crazy because last week, you got James Pierce Jr., Jalen Walker, you got this secondary that's the number one takeaway secondary or number one secondary in the league and all this kind of, you know what I'm saying? And like, you're trailing 3-10 to a team that just gave you 3 interceptions. Bryce Young is 6 for 10 for 28 yards. That is insane, man.
Horrible.
Let me read a couple of these super chats real quick. Let's see. I saw a couple of them. Give me 1 second. I saw y'all, man. My bad. All right. Shout out to my man James EX with the 199 super chat. He said the stage is too big for Canales. And then Jarrell Mason says, feels like primetime stage is a little bit too big. Defense is keeping us in it. Offense got to wake up in the second half. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, Ryan. I was just listening to what Ryan Clark was saying. He was like, he was talking about being aggressive. He said Dave Canales got to go in because these guys are getting way too many opportunities on offense. Getting the ball back, and they're making all these turnovers and whatever, and they're giving you chance after chance after chance, and they're just not taking advantage of it. And so yeah. Hey, Jay Issue, I'm gonna bring up my man Elliot for a few moments, if you don't mind. I'll be around, for a while. So if you want to tap back in just a few, you're more than welcome to. But I'm gonna bring him up for a few. Yeah, but man, I appreciate you tapping in with you. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, dog.
Yes, sir.
All right, Elliot. I am dropping the link back in the chat for you, bro. If you just tap the link, you can come through. It is in the chat. Shout out to my dog, Angry Cowboy fan, who had a big win yesterday. He said second half wake ups can and do happen. Trust me. Oh yeah, yes they do. Saw it yesterday from y'all guys, man. Second half can definitely, you can flip a switch. So hopefully they flip that switch. Kello official said Dave is calling scared. My man said at least try to throw the ball down the field. Let's see, who is Christian? Is this? Hold on. Is this Elliot? Hey Christian, hit me back in just a few. Give me like 10 minutes. I see you in the chat. I'm waiting on Elliot. Elliot, I'm gonna give you like. Is it? Oh, there go my boy. Shout out to E. My man E, I ain't seen you in a minute, big dog. What's happening?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm
Talk
trying
to me.
to stay calm. Trying to stay calm, man.
Stay positive, E.
Kids sleep. I can't tear the house up tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, my kids walking through the house and everything, man. But we just, we kicking it. What's your thoughts, man?
I'm just so annoyed with what I would call just common sense football. Like, run the ball and build the game through the run.
Yeah.
Rico is top 5 in the entire league in running, and he hasn't even started, the last he started, but he hasn't really gotten going the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And he's still number 4 last time I checked?
Something like that.
So
between 4 and 6, yeah.
Yeah, like build that. Like, run the ball. Even like Rico is one of those guys that it takes time. Like
Yeah.
he gets you tired, then he breaks a big one. Remind me of like an Eddie George, if if
Oh
you
yeah.
will.
Tennessee
Like
Titan.
run it. Yeah, man. Like run that ball. He needs to touch the ball. I told one of my guys before the game started, the winning key is he needs to touch it 20 to 25 times. And you need to keep Bryce from throwing more than 20 times.
Yeah.
Like that's winning football. Last week was a unicorn in my opinion. Like, and I was afraid this gonna happen. I was afraid that he gonna do what he did last week, and then we go crazy and like, oh, let's do it again. It's like, no. Bryce is a 20 passing guy off of the run, play action, slants, and then throw a bomb. Like we got to be honest about who he is. He's a game
Yeah.
manager.
That's fair.
One would say, and there's nothing wrong with him being a game manager, but stop trying to treat him like a game changer. Like let him play off of the run. Right now, you go from what you said. Well, you got 28 yards passing. That's embarrassing on prime time, man.
It really is. It is
Before the game started, they said
Yes.
that he, this is the world gets to see Bryce. This is nasty.
And I said this, man, because I y'all know where I stand, man. I don't know which superhero I am, but I'm in the Bryce Avengers, so I don't know if I might not be Cap, I might be Hawkeye. You know what I'm saying? But I'm one of the Bryce Avengers, man. So this make us look bad, boy. He make a nigga look bad on TV today. Right. You know what I'm saying? So so the thing is, man, is like it doesn't have to be this way, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, this is one of those you just want to have like a few like really solid plays. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't take much. Like they just, I don't know. Am I like, what's going on YouTube? Because I just all of a sudden like went from literally like 30 likes to like 110. Like I don't know if I'm glitching. I don't know if people think I'm showing the game, but
no, I don't see that.
Grossi raid. Look at the chat, Grossi Posse. I have no idea what's going on right now, E. Like it's like this is nuts. Like I don't know if I done got hacked or are you seeing this?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
I don't know if I done got hacked. They talking about I guess this is a Tom Grossi raid. Like, what's up, Grossi Posse? Look, Bryce will be fine. They gotta open it up. I mean, dog, like I know who Tom Grossi is, but like I guess they just going around blessing a bunch of random, YouTube like Panther YouTube channels or whatever. But I'm literally getting Grossi rated right now. So whatever that is, shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all because I have no idea what the heck is going on right now.
Hey man, maybe we don't have pretty many primetime games. Maybe this is a primetime.
Yeah, so this hey look, this the stimulus. Like I know who Tom Grossi is, right? They say I got hacked for likes, but like I'm serious. Tom Grossi sent us in a raid to your stream.
Oh wow.
Tom Grossi sends us to visit small creators. I don't know if y'all bots or y'all real, but I appreciate it. Salute. Salute.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But anyway, you were saying, man.
We need more than Monday night games.
Yeah. I mean, it's and of all games, man, like why can't like 3 picks, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, gosh. My goodness.
That's the most frustrating piece though. Like, when you look at the first pick, we literally are within within the goal line. What was that, the second yard line where he threw that pick? Like that, if you look at that, if you look at the play before that, he misread the RPO, even though he did get a first down. If you look at that play, Hubbard had a wide open run straight into the end zone. Even Hubbard had his hands up like, bro.
Yeah.
But that pick, what he did on the play before was what he should have done on that play, was run it straight in instead of throwing. And I know he didn't see the dude, but dude, it was too many red in there already. Like, we know you're supposed to be the next Patrick Mahomes, but that ain't it. That ain't it, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't see Bryce. I don't know if he's like overthinking it, but like the plays where you think that he like would bring what we were sold on was the robotic mind. He's not Shroud. but he has the robotic mind. He knows when to do, what to do, how to do it in that moment.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that as much as we thought we was based on what we were sold on. And plays like that is one of the examples where that should have been hey, I'm running it straight in compared to I'm gonna throw it with 5 red jerseys around him
Yeah.
and think I'm gonna get in the back of the end zone.
Yep.
Dave is another one that's really frustrating because I'm just like, bro, the play calling. I think you all was talking about it earlier. It doesn't seem like he trusts him. I don't know what it's about, but I'm like, throw that ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on. Now, I'm going to give some credit, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I do like the adjustment of rolling Bryce out tonight. Like, it seemed like a lot of plays tonight has been rolling him.
Yeah.
I just don't like that it feels like the rollout is for a quick ditch, to the running back.
The thing I don't understand about that, and let me before I do that, let me read this super chat real quick, and I appreciate whoever this was that sent the super chat over. This is Dad Bod. He says, "Keep pounding gents, feed Rico, and let's pound the rock in the second half." Hey, that's exactly what you were saying, Elliot. So that's perfect. So okay, real quick, I just gotta say this real quick, man. They like, yeah. They say, yeah, we real as what do you say? Real as something. They say they not bots, And it's I ain't gonna lie, man. The way it happened so fast, I was like, dang, did I get hacked? You know what I'm saying? But I know I've never heard. So I guess this is a thing that Tom Grossi does, and I'm very much appreciative of it, because it just kind of came out of nowhere. But to show up on Tom Grossi's radar is pretty cool. But I know who he is. Very, very popular Green Bay YouTuber, but and funny, real funny. So if this was a real thing, man, I really do very much appreciate it. But anyway, as I was saying, I think I had another super chat. Let's see. Yes, Bryce is a second half QB. I bet we would get 4. I bet we would get 4 picks. Panthers win 2017. Believe, guys, they all said we was gonna get blown out. We'll see.
Oh, trust me, I believe.
Yeah.
I have not stopped believing. I just feel like it's harder when you kick yourself. Like you don't get 3 picks and only come with 3 points and using the red zone twice.
Yeah.
Like that's unexcusable.
I couldn't agree more. So the thing I'll say is as far as the aggression is concerned, I'm with you. It feels to me like it's hard to tell which is which. It's like, is Dave calling, because Dave could be calling certain things and Bryce just not being aggressive enough to take the chances? Or is it he putting the restrictions on him and being like, hey, let's just, go underneath, pardon me, excuse me, and, just try to play as much mistake-free football as possible. To me, it's like, oh, they already playing? On your side, they already playing?
Mm-hmm. He fumbled, but we got it back.
Who fumbled?
Spoiler alert. ETN.
Oh, okay. You talking about the kickoff?
Mm-hmm. Trying to give him a present.
I can't believe I'm this far. Oh Lord, did I not rewind it, or did I rewind it or something? Okay, so yeah, I must have. All right, don't tell me.
Yep, I'm quiet.
You mad though? Little toss play. All right, Rico.
Y'all
All
pay me
right,
for my
little there you go. Little toss play. I'll take it. Man,
that's
what you watching it on?
I'm on YouTube TV.
For real?
Yep.
I'm on Hulu. Maybe I need to switch.
Yeah, I was on Sling before, but then I switched over to YouTube TV because of NFL ticket. Because I don't live in Carolina, so I need to watch every game.
I feel you. Wait, you live in Atlanta?
No, I'm in Indy now. I moved from Chicago to Indy.
That's right. You did tell me that. Yeah. Oh no. When I had talked to you one time before, you were moving to Chicago. This was what, 2 years ago?
That was a few years ago. Yeah, that was a few years ago.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't realize y'all moved to Indy. That's what's up.
Yeah. I'm in Indy. I'm at a new church.
Nice. How you liking it?
Love it. Love Indy.
You the lead senior pastor there, or okay? That's what's up.
Yep. Good spot. Love it here. Enjoying it. It's like I used to live in Oklahoma City, so it reminds me of Oklahoma City.
Nice.
It's a big city, small city vibe. So, or it's the other way around: small city, big city vibe. Not Chicago though. Don't get me wrong.
How was okay? So how was that experience? Because Chicago is different. Especially in certain areas.
Yeah. Chicago was awesome. Like, we didn't live in Chicago. We lived North Chicago. My wife worked in Chicago. Chicago, the news obviously is going to make Chicago look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it is crazy. Don't get me wrong. Chicago's crazy, but it's nothing like what you see on TV. Like, Chicago is a beautiful city, a lot to do. And you don't see what you see on the news is not what you see as much in real life. But
Mm-hmm.
things be popping though. Things be popping.
Mm.
But I love Chicago, man. I would definitely live in Chicago again. I love Chicago. Great
Mm-hmm.
city. A lot of diversity, which I didn't know. I didn't recognize that until I moved there. How
Mm-hmm.
diverse Chicago is. Like, it's
Yeah.
so many. It reminds you of like a New York or a London.
Right. I see.
Yeah.
You see they had ice up there, so I know
Oh
that.
yeah. You already know. I would leave that alone.
Yeah. Oh boy. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Chicago's a great city. It's one of the greatest in America. One of the greatest.
You miss your caller, John. You miss your caller.
Oh,
Yeah, Indy's
man.
dope, man. You get a chance to visit, definitely come through.
Yeah,
It's a
absolutely.
really nice city, really
That's
nice
what's up.
vibe.
I think I drove through Indianapolis, or was that? Maybe I'm thinking about St. Louis. Oh Lord, Chandler Zavala got hurt. Who they put in the place? Put in his place? Jake Curran.
I can't see.
Yep.
I put mine on mute so I can't hear what they
Yeah.
what they said.
Yep.
But yeah, I just want to see. At the end of the day, man, I just want to see us play common sense football. In my opinion, like don't overthink it.
Yeah, I mean, you score on this drive and it's anybody's game. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Oh Lord, you talking about
it's a
common
must
sense?
score.
Bryce done. Bryce done about fail. I mean, I just can't understand for the life of me. Like, the thing that I think is so frustrating about some of this is like, okay, so that was a hold on. What's the
Yeah,
name?
he
Mitchell
held him.
Evans. But the thing I can't understand about some of this is like, man, how can you be so up for one game and then just be down for the next? Like, it's like that kind of inconsistency. Maybe that's like a young team thing, and I'm just maybe overlooking that, as a fact.
I think it's
Um,
a young coach thing.
a young coach, yeah, that too, yeah, very much, because it don't make any sense. Like you literally go from, I mean, they came out like crazy aggressive against Atlanta, and then it just, you see tonight, and it's just like, man, like, and it just don't feel like they can figure anything out, man. Like they got the running game figured out, they sitting on the routes. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, even if you throw, if he throw a pick, I just want to see him like let one fly.
Yeah. But I truly think it's an overthinking thing. Like last week, they feel confident with Falcons. Like you beat them 30-0 the first game,
Mm-hmm.
so you feel confident going in there. So you just going, you just making moves. This game, you prime time first prime time game. Everybody's watching. You just saw the Bucks lose, so it's like, yo, this is bigger than just a primetime game. You win, you have tiebreaker over 49ers, and you
Mm-hmm.
number one in the division. And I
Yeah.
think Dave, he just coming out real, real reserved. I always remember back in the day, John Madden and a few other people would say, like, you want to play to win, not play not to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like Carolina gets in these big games and they start playing not to lose. And it's like, no, you have to be aggressive, man. You've seen it over and over again. When we're aggressive, we play better.
Yeah.
Play better. We play better. T Mac not doing it tonight, bro.
Dang. Goodness, I ain't that far behind you now. So I must have rewinded a little bit. So I was right. I was pretty much right there. Yeah.
Those are stuff he usually, even with all that, he usually grabbed that, man. That's two straight in the chest.
Wow.
Yeah, if you told me that we would get 3 picks, I would have said, yeah, we won this game.
Um. Yeah. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Um. My guess is it's. Oh, you must. Well, they done ran one back.
No, it just I I've been watching the Carolina Panthers for a while now. Just the little stuff, man. I'm like, dude, our punter is really good. And I'm
Yeah.
like, the 2 times tonight that I saw the punt, like the guys are just so lost where that ball is. Like he's putting it there. And the fact that we just had a chance for my dude to just see where the ball was about to bounce and just grab that thing. Like, it's just the little stuff that bothers me too. So I'm sorry. It was an overreaction. But the little stuff, it gets
It's
on
all
my nerves.
right. It's
It's
all
okay.
right. Well, I think that um this is gonna be real. This is gonna be a fascinating conversation in the offseason, man. Like because this thing could go either way, man. These games ain't gonna get no easier. You got
No.
San Francisco, you got
Williams.
L.A., you got Seattle. Then you got to bye and you come back and play the Saints and the Bucks twice.
Yep.
And like
Yep.
you got to win that Saints game. You could still now. Here's the crazy thing. You could lose all these 3 big games, beat the Saints and sweep the Bucks and make the playoffs.
True.
You know what I'm
And there's
saying?
we have to see what's gonna happen to old boy, quarterback Baker.
I
'Cause he was
told my co-host Brad today. I said, he was like, "What do you think gonna happen if they have to roll out Teddy?" And I was like, "They'll sign a quarterback." After what I saw last night, they will definitely go sign a quarterback. Ain't no way they.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if Baker can't go, they will, like, maybe for one game they might roll out Teddy. But if he can't go, especially now Joe Flacco's more than likely going to finish the year as a Bengal, but Joe Burrow is coming back Thursday. I don't know how that would work, but I mean, some veteran out there will likely sign on because I just can't see them rolling it. Because if it is Bridgewater, I'm thrilled. You know what I'm saying? But again, if this is what you're going to be seeing on offense, then this is a problem. But this just looks to me like the Saints game. This looks like a team that won a really big game. And yeah, they didn't. Of course, they had their Monday that they had to work. It wasn't the Victory Monday situation, and they just not showing up. Like these drop passes, XL is non-existent in this game. Jimmy Horn has gotten some separation from time to time, but this just feels like what Nick Scorton was talking about. And I'll be interested now. I doubt that Nick will do what he did last game, but if they don't pick it up on offense, and this thing, I mean, 7 for 12 for 40 freaking yards. 40 yards, man. I'm sorry. Like, look, I know that this is QB issues, but this is also play calling issues, man. This is it's execution issues. It's a little bit of everything.
I agree.
They're going to see Mac us to death.
Yeah, he's definitely getting 30 touches tonight.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I guess the most disappointing is that oh man, what?
Dang, Claude and Chairless is gone now.
And Horn. I didn't know Horn was out.
Dang.
I think the most disappointing is that we've been begging the defense to like take it to the next level, and they finally do it, and the offense gives us a dud. Because even the 3 points, that's the defense.
Yeah.
We was already in field goal range.
I know a couple of y'all in the chat was saying like, keep faith, but
It's looking bad.
Yeah, this one might be a wrap.
So what would you do differently tonight from what you've seen?
Sometimes I know we can bang on Dave Canales for play calling. Sometimes it ain't that, man. Sometimes it's just execution. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where you gotta. I talked about this before, man. When I was talking about position coaches, right?
Yeah.
And Ejiro Evero is one of these type of guys. The nice guy stuff does work. Don't get me wrong. It does work. But there has to be a balance in leadership, right? Sometimes there needs to be guys that'll show up and just tell you what it is and not be so, because I feel like Dave and I like Dave as a coach, and I think Dave's going to be a great coach. I think as much as I hate to admit this as a Bryce Venger, I will also say that I feel like Dave may not necessarily feel like he has his quarterback. And I've said that I believe that they're 1,000% going to draft a quarterback this year. And the
Yeah.
reason is because it's either that or they're going to bring in someone like Russell Wilson or Jameis or somebody like that. But it, I could see them justifying drafting a quarterback for, backup purposes. You know what I'm saying? Not
I
with him
agree.
not with the idea of him coming in and taking over the job,
Correct.
but I think that there might be there's some issues there. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, him and Bryce and the feelings that, may exist there. But what would I do different? When I talked about Joe Gilbert and, all these variations of offensive line, the defensive line and, how well they've played tonight and stuff like that. And, how the defense is playing, EJ is a guy that'll get in your mouth. Pause. What's the name? Joe Gilbert. He'll yell at you. He'll get on you. And I'm sure maybe they do have some offensive guys that'll do that. But I think sometimes it's cool for the head coach to do that too.
Yep.
Chew a guy, and let him know what's up. And but you can't change though. That's the thing. Like, if that's not you, if you try to do that, it's not going to be received well. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you might have to deploy some of the people to go and do that. But I can't imagine that Moses was a loud, especially somebody who had a speech impediment and all this kind of stuff. But boy, I guarantee you some of them judges that he appointed.
Yeah, Moses did strike a rock.
He sure did. And he walked down with them tablets too. So
Yes, he did.
yeah. As a guy, can you imagine being up there on that mountain? Guy walking by, you just see the garment. It's just like,
yeah, that's a whole different level right there.
Man, you talking about it? Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Whole different level. Yeah, I don't know what they can do different moving forward this game, because it looked like, especially after that last one, like that last drive, you can't blame Bryce for that.
Mm-hmm.
The ball was thrown perfectly. They ran the ball pretty decent. He just didn't catch the first down. Like that was, I mean, it was straight in his chest.
Yeah.
So I don't know what more we can ask. Like that, I'm not mad at that last drive. But
Here's my thing, man. I know this is gonna sound crazy because I always come into the season with high expectations. But considering where we are right now, I'm not all that mad. To be like San Francisco is a team that's going to give some fits, some fits in the playoffs if they make it, right?
mm-hmm.
You got 3 picks against this team. You're only down by 7. That might change in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So you're hanging in there. It's a good sign. It's a good litmus test on primetime TV. Now, here's what I am worried about. In our community, Elliot, there's a ton of conversations surrounding number 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even if it's only for one day, for a few moments of one day, the same conversations, barring some heroic change that happens between now and, the next 19 minutes of this game, those same conversations are going to get really loud nationally. And that's going to be very tough for the Bryce Venger in me, because now I'm going to have to go recruit Iron Man, and we're going to have to get some guys together, because the gauntlet of all these people that are going to be like, look, see, told you, is going to be insane this week. Because regardless of the play calling, regardless, it's just like Rex Ryan said about Shedeur Sanders this morning, and I agree with him 1,000%, because I love what Shedeur did yesterday. But he was like, man, when y'all win, it's we, and when you lose, it's me. You know what I'm saying? And so it don't matter what that play calling look like. Bryce going to get them arrows, and deservedly so. So.
That's facts. That's facts. It's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's a little bit warranted. Because like I said earlier, that throw, that pick in the end zone is inexcusable. Like that's just, you cannot do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have plays like the 2 drops by T-Mac where you go, what you want Bryce to do?
Yeah.
He put it on him.
So people in the chat are talking about the clips those clips of C-Mac. I don't know if you saw that just now.
Mm-mm.
They were showing clips of Christian McCaffrey running with a Panthers jersey on, like some
Oh
old
yeah,
clips.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
I feel that. He said, "Man, these clips got me emotional." Yeah, I feel that.
Don Endo said we're gonna get dragged tomorrow. I don't know about that. Like, because I mean, it's gonna be a story, no doubt. But dragged, not so much. Because one of the things that happens, man, anytime if the Cowboys say something, what Drake say, Kendrick just opened his mouth, somebody don't give him a Grammy right now. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
basically the Cowboys. If the Cowboys win or they do something like they did yesterday, they're gonna be a big topic of conversation tomorrow. The Shador topic is gonna be a conversation tomorrow. But I will say that they'll probably talk more about Brock Purdy's 3 interceptions than anything else. And like, man, how did you give up a game like this? And it'll validate. See, I hate, this is what I do hate, because I'm not like the big, like, trash talker on Twitter or anything like that.
Mhm.
But like, I got a few people that I go back and forth with, and like the national people, like Gronk, what he said Sunday about us, and Terry Bradshaw was kind of, trying to cape for us or whatever. It makes them look right. And that, I can't stand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that frustrates me to no end. Because I don't like seeing those guys being, proven right about, like, Carolina too inconsistent. Carolina's not ready, blah, blah, blah. Because like this team, the Teteroa thing, man, like these boys at home, Elliot, I know it's a little bit further away, from them, but they within proximity at home. I wonder if that's got anything to do with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just being, and Mac a rookie. That's the thing. Like, that can't be understated. You know what I'm saying? He a rookie. Bryce ain't no rookie, but T Mac a rookie. So, hey, let me ask you a question. Go ahead first.
Well, no, I was just gonna say I think that with with the point you was making, I think what's frustrating is we have people like Dan Olarski who speak so highly of you after what you see last week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yo, this team is ready. Similar to what you're saying, like, but the opposite coin. It's like, man, like, let's prove him right.
Yeah.
Not only prove the others wrong, but let's prove him right. Like, we finally got an opportunity. I know Stephen A. probably. I think the only piece I would say that I may disagree is I do think we will be a story only because two things. So number one, you win and you're number one in the division.
Yeah.
Number two, this is the moment Bryce shows up after what happened last week, because you saw Rich Isley went ham and like, yo, Bryce the guy. You've seen it. You see Dan Olarski. You've seen even Stephen A. say a few things. So I think it will be something where it's like, just when you think, like, and this is why we've been questioning, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Because they have been kind of going to bat after that last game. Because like Rich Isley was saying, like last year, this time, it was like, oh, we would have never saw this.
Right.
And then now this year, look at where they are. So I think Rich Isley gonna have something to say about this tomorrow.
He definitely will. Yeah.
And our
Yep.
Even Cam had our back.
Yeah, he sure did. Corey Thornton hurt now. Dang on, man. We're gonna lose everybody tonight.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be a good night.
No.
But yeah, to your question though.
So I remember, early on, and this was probably around the time I think you had joined my channel. I want to say I made you a moderator, like right around the time we drafted Bryce, or right before, one or the other.
Yeah, it was like right before, because we were saying it was some saying we were saying that was hilarious, but I can't remember. What was it? It was trust the tape.
Trust the tape. Trust the tape.
Trust the tape.
I feel like at first you were bought in, but like I done seen a few tweets from you over the last little bit, man. Like, I feel like you out. If you are, that's cool. Like, I'm not one of them people that's like, like, look, I wear my Bryce Venger, thing proudly, man. Because I ain't gonna be out here and being fake. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, it's you ebb and flow with the wind. If he doing good, you up. If he don't, no. I'm gonna be honest with you, because when he balled out like last week, I be one of the main people on here talking crazy. But so yeah, I'm a wear this potential L proudly. But where you at with it?
So I initially wanted Shroud.
I remember.
I think I started to be convinced with Steve Smith, and then kind of just what you're way more deeper into the college world than I am. So I didn't really know all the details, but listening to you and then listening to some of the pundits on TV, I was like, okay, maybe, because a lot of them was saying that even if it wasn't us, Bryce would have been number one pick. So I was like, okay, maybe he's better than what I'm seeing, but I just didn't trust his size in the NFL.
Yeah.
We see it with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is better as far as athleticism.
Yeah.
So I was like, if he's more athletic, he's unsuccessful, then how is Bryce going to be successful?
Yeah.
However, I think as I saw the first season, I felt like we dropped the ball because with Frank Wright and that debacle, I was like, okay, you can't really count the first season as much as we want to make that count. But after season number 2 with Dave, was season number 1, but season number 2 for Bryce, number 1 with Dave, and then this season, I'm kind of at a place where I told one of my guys, I was like, I think Bryce is the placeholder till we find a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't think we get rid of him. I think that he has shown us that he's decent enough. He's decent enough to He's decent enough to manage the game. But if you're trying to build him as the superstar, he's not a superstar. One of the frustrating things for me is that, the reason why it is, in my opinion, right to criticize Bryce at the level he has been criticized is because when you're taking number 1, there's an expectation immediately.
Agree.
Forget all the other, he got to develop. No. You're number 1. You should make an impact from day 1 because you're the first person off the board. Now, if he was the 28th pick in the draft or even a second rounder, then okay, let's give him a little grace. Let's let him develop. But you're the first guy off the board. We expect that. And it makes it worse because we already did this before. We did that with Cam. And Cam walked in the door and things changed. It wasn't like it was a great season, but things overnight, excitement, the way he played, you could see that people around him with the lack of talent he had, he changed the game. Even Steve Smith had to respect, this guy's going to be the guy.
Yeah.
With Bryce, we've not seen a moment where it's like, this guy is going to be the guy. Stats. Oh yeah, you have a game like last week. You had the game against Atlanta last year. With him turning around, putting up the tutty sign without looking. Like those moments make us excited. But he is not giving us a Cam Newton type of feel where it's like, yo, we just drafted a stud. And people will say, well, you can't compare, you can't, but he's the number 1 pick. That's my argument. My argument is he's the first guy off the board.
Right.
There's an expectation that comes off of that. Same with Cam Ward. Cam Ward is the first off the board. So there's an expectation.
Yeah. Even if you're going into a bad situation, I completely agree. I think the one thing that I'll say as far as the wow moment, I don't really look for Bryce to give me what Cam gave, because Cam's just he's just different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do, like, last week made me feel like going into this week, even when things seem to be all bad, that they'll figure some stuff out. Now, the only thing that I will say is that what I would be fascinated to see, and this, I'm gonna be honest with you, this would make me mad, because if you have a couple of more games like this, then Dave Canales has justification to make a change at quarterback. Now, my question would be, for those who want that, because I don't want that, who are you changing to? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it just be nonsensical. It make because none of the guys that we would draft where we would draft them really make sense. I mean, and you're starting over with another rookie and all the other kind of stuff. So, like, I like the quote unquote potential veteran presence. Now, does this mean that you're picking up his option? Probably not, right? So that means that, I would say next season probably would be the last, season. And possibly, like I said, if they do draft a guy, maybe that guy is the succession plan, moving forward. But it gives you, the thing that I like about where he is, though, is that even if we're not, like, if we don't pull this game out, or we, win, let's say we go 8-9, he at least gives you an option to be able to build out your roster in other places and not so much focus on that position, because that's been what we've been focused on for the last, 7 years, trying to fill, that position with so many different guys that we brought in.
Yeah.
That said, though, no, I totally understand, and I don't disagree with people's sentiment about where he was drafted and the expectation that should be held. So, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Even if I wanted to try to cape for context, it'd be hard to. It'd be
Yeah,
very
I
hard to.
think you have to stick with Bryce. I really do. I think at this, at this day and time, I don't know. I'm not convinced that as I watch the NFL, I feel like it's starting to transition back into what it used to be. Like
Mhm.
if people remember back in the day, at least this is from what I remember, you didn't really have the superstar quarterbacks like during the Cam era where you had
Mhm.
you're looking for that superstar guy. It wasn't built off of that. It was built off of somebody like Cam tried to argue, like somebody that can manage the game. And you're starting to see that where you have in the league right now, we can only, three guys that's like superstar level. The rest of them are stars, and then the rest of them become like, just they're decent.
Yeah.
And I think that the point is, I think we can be fine with Bryce if we build the team right with, with a running game. We've seen it where if we run like right now, we're not running, man. If we run the ball and build that as the main thing, like the back in the day when we had the Sean Fosters and the D'Angelo Williams and the Jay Stu, and like build that running and then have Bryce build off of that because Bryce is pretty good when he doesn't have the pressure all on him. He can
Yeah.
open things up when you build that running. So I think Bryce is good for now. I think you still got to
Mhm.
look for who your franchise quarterback long term is, but I don't see a reason to. He's gone at the end of this year. He's gone next year. I think next 2-3 years you got to let Bryce ride it out, and then you find your guy because anywhere else he gonna be backup.
XR7, X7R-X. Who you talking to? You must be new here. So stop talking about Bryce. That's all you know how to do. You definitely new here.
Hey, trolling.
You got me messed up with somebody else because
You trolling.
yeah, he definitely don't know. He don't look. I told you, E. I done probably upgraded from Hawkeye to I ain't Thor, but yeah, buddy don't know.
I've seen the shift. I've seen the shift.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, you got me messed up, dog. But nah, man, I feel like you feel, man. It's easy to say this stuff in the moment. Like I don't know what that. So Bryce had a throw to T Mac that was just. I mean, they just not on the same page tonight. I don't know what's up, but nice pickup by Chuba Hubbard just recently.
Yeah.
But
T-Mac don't look like T-Mac tonight. I don't know if it's the bright lights, but even he on the sideline changing gloves and everything. I'm like, no, it ain't the gloves, bro.
yeah, I mean, I like what they doing with the. Hold on a second. I like what they're doing with the Hubbard thing, but I'm just like, dog, just like, can you please just push the ball down the field, bro? And now we got this whole Rico and Chuba thing going on again. It's like,
Yeah, that gets on my nerves.
don't get me wrong. I understand. Like, if one guy is playing better, then you do what you got to do. But it's just like,
I feel like they're forcing it though because of the money they paid Hubbard. Because for me, man, like I said earlier, Rico is a guy who he breaks you down, then he breaks it open. He's not gonna get into rhythm if you keep doing this switcheroo. Like, let him run. Let him run, and then eventually he start breaking you loose.
yeah.
But Rico, I mean, how many times did Rico touch the ball tonight? It ain't 10, right? He ain't got the 10 yet.
Let me see. I'll look it up.
I don't even wear boots enough to entertain.
Well, let me ask you a question, Joe.
Everybody need to put them on.
The two
You-
chairs that I bought from Louis, I wore once.
Are you not getting them because
He's carried the ball 6 times. 6 times. You on mute, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I had like some audio playing in the background. I'm like, what in the world is happening here?
Bryce has thrown the ball 17 times and only got 75 yards.
Yeah, he pushing it now though. Nice ball to league at.
6 carries for 28 yards for Rico.
Yeah, 11 for 17 for 75. Matt got 1 reception for 6. Xavier got 1 for 5. The one that just happened. Like, I mean, look,
Yeah,
it's a
they
lot
are.
of.
They We off, man. They're not on the same page, bro.
Yeah, you must saw something that I might not have seen yet.
Oh, my bad. I forgot I was supposed to be on active mode.
You good? 1st and 10. Yeah, what is going on? You could even see on that same play that you were just talking about when you said they're off. Hold on. He thought Jalen Coker. I wonder if that was a mistake too, because it looked like he thought Jalen Coker was going to run the dig, and Jalen Coker ran back outside. There you go, deep. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, boy. See, that's what I'm saying. Dog, take the shots down the field.
Exactly.
Stop playing with them.
Hey, chat. Y'all gotta give me some credit now. That was good acting, right? Come on, chat.
Goodness gracious.
We there. All right. Here, I guess
Ooh,
Bryce is ready.
Look at that double move, boy. Ooh. Man, come on. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. It ain't that hard, bro. They make this way harder than it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you want to see more often. We right back in this thing, man. Oh, my goodness. Claude Chairless and J.C. Horn out for the rest of the game.
Sheesh.
I don't even care. Did he miss that? He made it. I was about to say, man, we about to run down on him.
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah, but it goes back to I think what you were saying, or maybe the dude from last, the dude you had on last was like you got to be aggressive, man. One of y'all was saying you got to be aggressive. That's it right there. Like,
yes,
that's all we've been asking for. If you, like you said, if you gonna throw a pick, let's be aggressive with it. Throw that thing.
Be aggressive throwing the pick. Yes, if you're gonna throw one, be aggressive throwing it. And now that you see that that's exposed, here's the thing: if you can throw the ball deep, it is going to open up the running game, right? So now you can get a little bit more aggressive with the running game, but you can't if they're loading the box 7-8 man front. You know what I'm saying? If now they're going for two, okay, I get it. It makes sense. Sort of. But you get those opportunities if you. Oh, see now Hulu tripping, man. This was happening yesterday where it started glitching. But you're gonna get more opportunities in the running game because now they gotta respect the pass. They gotta respect the play action.
Exactly.
Man, come on, bro. Why not take the point?
You saw it?
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't like the call. I don't like it at all.
I don't like the call either.
Jalen Coker had no separation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the throw was bad, but
the throw was awful too. Don't get me wrong, but
he should have. I thought he was gonna throw it to Jimmy on that one. They keep pressing this whole tipping the ball thing tonight.
Yeah.
But it was obvious that they was gonna throw it soon as he started talking to Hubbard before he took the hike. I knew as soon as he talked to Hubbard, I said, "Yep, he throwing this thing."
Mm-hmm. Well, I know this. You ain't got a choice. You got to be super aggressive moving forward.
Yep.
Like, you down by 8 now. Like, and it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't even know why you take that. I don't know. I would have took the point right there personally, even with me, getting the penalty.
Yeah. I mean, it's if we want to say, like Dave sticking to who Dave is, that's a Dave move though. Like, you get a chance to get closer. That's what Dave goes to fourth down like crazy. This fits the MO. So I'm cool with it. I just wish it was a different call.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I got to be honest with you. From a possession and stick moving perspective, especially on a team like this that's playing aggressive in your secondary, I think this is a game. Now, they're trying to do this with Jimmy Horn. They're trying to get somebody that the 49ers have not seen, somebody that's a little bit faster to, to be able to create some mismatches. But Horn is too young for that. He doesn't play that. That's not his game. This is the game that you activate a Hunter Renfrow. You know what I'm saying? And let him just play, a lot of those underneath throws, you know what I'm saying? Like those mismatches with the linebackers and stuff like that. Like they don't really have anybody doing that. So everything that you're taking has to be, either some kind of deep, crosser or, you know what I'm saying? Outside routes, nothing that's like middle of the field, like, you know what I'm saying? Exploiting the, the zones and stuff like that. And you're seeing Kyle Shanahan do this stuff like crazy with C-Mac, Now, granted, we don't have a C-Mac on this side, but you do have you got a Hunter Renfrow. He might not be a burner after the fact, but he can, kind of shake some, make something shake and get something, popping underneath. So, but I don't know, man.
I will say, as Panther fans, this is exactly where we want to be, though.
Mm-hmm.
With all the bad stuff, this is literally Panther football. Like we're in this fits the MO of our comeback stories all year. So if I'm the 49ers, I'm more afraid than if I'm a Carolina fan right now.
Yeah. This is if there ever was a rendition of the Cardiac Cats, it's these guys, because you're right. This is where it gets, really interesting. So, man, I'm still tripped out over that Tom Grossi situation. I wonder if he was like, so when other creators go live, I wonder if like his people was like, he had to have been watching different channels around this live and been like, and sending his people to go over to other people's channels and just show love. Because they just like, I literally was sitting here looking at my like, likes or whatever, and I was sitting at like, I think 40 or something like that. Because like I said, on a night like tonight, I don't normally go live on YouTube on a Monday night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I also know, like, I understand the game. There's a whole lot of other channels, live, and I'm not really known as one of the live channels that's like consistent, other than the Mint Street Monday situation. And so, I got like 276 watching right now between two platforms. Most of this is on X. But man, all of a sudden I look and it was like 85 likes, 110 likes. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I done got hacked, man. I'm getting mad. I'm like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got two-step authentication. I got all that kind of stuff. I done got hacked. And then I'm looking at all these people talking about, we from Tom Grossi, like, we real. And I'm like, and then they just all went away. So I'm like, I guess it was real.
Yeah, that was dope though.
Yeah, it was
super
fire.
dope. It's showing, man. You getting out there though.
We'll see, man.
You getting out there. Ain't no we'll see. We out there.
Nah, you out there.
Nah,
Y'all trying to hide that. Y'all out there. I told my wife, I was like, bruh, I was laying in my bed one night just out of nowhere. Look and see Elliot on the video. That junk got like 150,000. I'm like, who is this nigga? Like, where is he from? And I'm looking around and I start figuring out. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, God, oh. Like, he gonna come bless my little old channel with his presence. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, man. For real.
Nah, bro. You the man. You the man. You the man. You and Brad. Every time I listen to Brad talk, I say, yeah, that reminds me of good old South Cackalack.
Yes, sir. Brad is from oh my gosh, C-Mac. Goodness gracious. Oh, he fumbled. Did he fumble? Brad is from I don't want to like put him on blast like that. He probably watching. I know he probably thinking like, you better not like watch he call me. He gonna be like, bruh, you better not. I'll just say this. I met Brad in Boone, North Carolina, up at Appalachian State. That's where I met Brad. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, I mean, he made cool, man. He played football for App before a short time before
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Brad was like that, man. Shoot, Brad probably be pro if he wouldn't have got if his knees.
I mean, it sounds like the way he talk. I know he know ball. The real deal.
Yep.
He the real deal.
Yep. Big dude too. Big old boy.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like, I think me and him, I might have him in height by like maybe 2 inches, but he rocked up. He swole up. I think Brad like 6'2", 6'2", 6'3".
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah,
I was
we about to.
I seen somebody in person from the channel. They was like, "Bruh, man, I thought you was like 5'10". I'm like, "Nah, bro." I guess it's the way I be looking in the chair or whatever. They're like, man, I thought you was like 5'10", bro. Like, nah, I'm 6'6",
I got that
man.
too, man. Like I was cause a lot of people, they watch me on YouTube preaching or whatever, and they be like, they saw me in real life. It's like I did not realize you were that tall.
Right. Be scared to death. I'm like, I ain't gonna mess with you. I don't care what Charlie Kirk say. We friendly. Yeah, I'm gonna get canceled tonight, man.
Hey, I just don't want me to be the reason, so I'll keep my mouth closed. Just waving off.
Nah, salute to bro, man. I can't. I hate that happened to him. Man. I really do. And I mean, I really mean that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I mean that. Like that's awful. But this ain't that channel, so we ain't gonna get into that. But they moving the ball.
I mean, once you get two guys out, that's you need. That's a dent in our defense, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they killing the zone, man.
I am surprised that our line hasn't been more ferocious tonight.
O or D?
D.
I think they've done their job. I mean,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just maybe I'm too confident, but I just expect them to be more ferocious with the run. Like even just like quarterback sneaks. I'm shocked how much ground they're able to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you can only expect these guys. Oh goodness. Look at Bam. Woo!
Yeah, that's a play.
Yeah. Hey, we got some. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you, man. Like these dudes will make a play. Bam Martin Scott, Claude Cherilus, like Chris Barnes, like they'll make some plays. This linebacker room, man, it's not as bad as it's being made out to be.
Dan knows how to find them.
He sure does. Dan done a massive job at drafting. Man, he done a real good job at drafting. Yeah.
Just let them develop them. Just give them some time to develop.
Goodness. Now here's something that's fascinating. Okay. So Shal Smith Wade is playing right now. I thought Shal Smith Wade was hurt. No. So in the offseason, in the preseason, when I saw Corey Thornton at nickel and he was making plays, I was like, man, if he ever gets a chance, this is going you go back and check some of my old lives.
Yep, I remember.
If he gets a chance, it's going to get real interesting, even at the nickel spot. And lo and behold, Shal Smith Wade got hurt and they gave him a chance. And it looked different.
Yep.
So that's fascinating. Because Shal's out there now like full time since Corey Thornton got hurt. It's only so long you can like hold back. I was watching I saw a clip today of Joe Budden and Jim Jones talking, and he was talking about Mona, this girl that he just added to his podcast. And, she used to be on $1 Million Worth of Game with Gillian Wallow. And like, I guess things didn't really work out for her there. But Joe said something I thought was, very correct. He was like, man, it's only so long you can hold back, talent. Like if somebody's like really, really talented, like you can try and shelve them. And I've known some really good people in some spaces like that's not, related to content or whatever, in music and stuff like that, that are really, really talented, really, really good, musicians. And they do get held back, a lot of times. Like, I'm sure you see it, even in what you do in church, right? Because once upon a time I was a church musician myself, and I've seen, certain guys, with egos, and a young guy might be really good but don't really get a lot of opportunity. But it's only so long you're gonna be able to hold that talent back, before
Yeah.
it eventually rises to the top. And so that's Corey Thornton. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give him that opportunity, and then you see it, and it's just like, goodness. Because I mean, a big part of the second half of that game, of them stopping Bijan and kind of putting Drake London in check, was Corey Thornton and Claudia Cherilus. You know what I'm saying? Playing some pretty big snaps, especially when they would go big nickel in that dime, or sometimes they would just kind of bring him in and move him up in the box, and he'd be disruptive in the running game. So yeah, a lot to like, whole lot to like.
Corey Thornton is just a fantastic football name.
Mm-hmm. It really is. Yeah, if there ever was one, that's right. And to find him like the way you found him, and the thing is that you didn't fumble the bag last time, because they almost fumbled the bag with Jalen Coker, because they let him walk and then brought him back. You know what I'm saying? So, I like I said, I'm over the moon with how Dan, and I really do believe this, Elliot. I really believe that what Dan is doing here in Carolina is very similar to what John did up in San Francisco that we're playing right now, and building this deep roster where a year from now, this might be us, where we get injuries or you have a quarterback situation or whatever like that. And it's like, you know what? It don't really even matter, because they're such a talented roster. Like, they can overcome some of these deficiencies. So this is a really good sign, because some of the things, like, I know that we're not seeing the best of what we should be right now. But when you consider where we are and some of the teams that we have beat and some of the ones we've been competitive with, what you have to learn now is like, because one thing we got to remember, this team up until 2 wins ago was 0-3 on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something to keep in mind. This is a young coach, a young team on the road in one of the premier places to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Against a team who has multiple players on this team who have been to NFC championships, who have been to Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? And I say Super Bowls plural. Williams, he went to 2 Super Bowls with San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? They lost both. Kittle went to 2 Super Bowls with San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? So we got a guy that went to 3 and won 3 in Turk Wharton, but they got multiple guys on that team that were a part of that team, not somebody that was an implant that came in trying to tell you, like, what's up. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, hopefully they make it competitive. But, I ain't trying to make like every excuse in the world, but I'm just kind of, trying to provide some context. So,
yeah, I think that's valuable though, because because we've been through so much over the last 7 years, 8 years, it's easy to just look at the cup half empty. So I think that's valuable, because that's true, man. Like, if it goes back into that organizational bag. Like, we used to always complain about the culture, and once Dan
Lord.
got in the seat, it seemed like he's developing a culture here. And then Dave Canellis seems to be, as annoying as he gets sometimes, he's building a culture here again, where excellence is slowly but surely becoming better, or becoming more of a reality. I think that's actually what's against Bryce, though, because like Bryce is finally in a place of more stability, and we need to see more from him.
Well, here's one thing that you can't see from. Okay, that was a beautiful, quick read, quick slant. But that last play, that throw to McMillan, where you kind of find that, I guess just kind of a little out, little 10-yard out. The thing that frustrates me most, and I literally just talked about this last week, is when you watch Bryce drifting back there. Like I said, I like the traditional drop back that he did last week when he threw the bomb to XL and threw the touchdown. But that little drift back like that, man, that's going back to that old footwork. Like, and you lose power on the ball because he's not really setting his feet, and he doesn't have a really good base when he's throwing the ball. And that stuff, like, it will catch up to you. And it's like, it's kind of doing that now, because that could have been a pick, but you also had a chance, and the ball just kind of fluttered at the end because you're not putting enough power on the ball when you throw it, because of bad, technique and bad sloppy footwork, And it's like, those are things that I hope that he can overcome, but it seems like it's gonna be a process, just to say the least. Don't say
We
that.
hope he.
Don't say it, because I feel like something that happened. Okay, okay, they moving it now.
They are.
You just man,
I
it's
like what they're doing. The adjustment.
yeah, just too much, so
Still
much
missing
time
some
off the
things,
clock,
but yeah.
and the clock just
But I
running.
mean, that's what the defense giving them right now.
Hmm.
That short stuff. I want to see them take some shots though. I really do. But they playing like 10 yards out from XL,
Hmm.
so they ready for it.
Yeah, this would be the play though, because XL will run right past you, but they probably gonna throw the safety over there for help. It's a cover one look, so you got an opportunity. I think you know what, that would have been the play because it looked like it. It looked like the same play, but if Bryce Huff got back, if Bryce Huff hadn't gotten back there, he probably takes the shot.
Yeah, I th- I wish. Yeah, I don't know. I think Dotto misread the block though. I don't know if
Hmm.
he was told to do that, but well, he misread that.
Yeah, they go Maga Man himself, Nick Bosa. Oh my gosh! Wow. Can I read something? Oh boy. All right. I want to read this real quick. Let's see. Let me make sure I can find this. Mm, all right. 49ers defense coming into this game. Pass rush, 12 sacks in 11 games. Here's your defensive rankings in pressures, hurries, and pressure rate. 26th in the NFL in pressures, 19th in hurries, 26% pressure rate. That is last in the NFL. Now, granted, they're 7-4 in a
Mhm.
very, very tough division, mind you,
Correct.
but they are 7-4. This is bad.
It's a
Yeah,
bad throw too, man.
it's a bad throw. It was indeed a bad throw.
It's prime time, Bryce.
Wow. So I suppose that I should reach out and see if there's any extra vibranium available. If there's, because it's some people out there that's gonna let me have it this week. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Yeah, rightfully so. Chris says we don't consistently throw the ball deep to complement our running game, especially under center. Well, considering what you just saw from a deep throw. Um, Let me ask you a question, Elliot. This is not going to get any easier. You got Seattle, who is if you can
Oh,
do this week what you just did against San Francisco to Seattle, then boy, your secondary, you talking about is Euro Vero might be like, looking for a head coaching job somewhere
correct.
but um what happens if he loses the next 3 games, because they are very, very losable games going into the bye.
It depends on how you lose. It really
Mm.
depends on how you lose because if you lose these games and you have Bryce, throwing 205, 2 touchdowns, I don't think you have much of a fight out of people. They'll be upset, but it's how we're losing that I think is killing us. Because the games we lose, A lot of those games have been, what if the offense would have,
Mm-hmm.
what if the defense would have. Like
Mm.
tonight is literally the defense did everything you asked them to do.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah, they missed that call. They did, but you still don't throw that ball. But
Yeah.
they done exactly what you want them to do.
Yeah.
And the question tonight is, what if the offense did their job? Like for me, maybe I'm just old school, but it goes to me. I'm like, you did not run the ball tonight.
Right.
Dotto still has 6 carries, and it's the fourth quarter. That's not a winning formula to me. Bryce has thrown the ball 24 times. I told my boy for the night, if he throws more than 20, we lose.
Yeah.
You
You're right.
It's just not winning football. You can't be one dimensional, especially with a quarterback that hasn't proven that he can slice up the defense by himself.
And Troy was just saying it too. Troy was like, they were just sitting on the route.
Yeah.
He's just like, nothing's scaring you. Nothing's making you nervous or anything like that. So 6-6 we go, barring some kind of super. Hold on, let me see what he says here. This is just so so they just showed a graphic, and hey, LD Eldintenoff, thank you for coming by. I appreciate you very much, very very much. I feel like the Tom Grossi people are back because like the likes are going crazy again, or either, or or as I told you, there was going to be quite a few. There's going to be a huge presence
Mhm.
of people on the stream.
The tailgate is coming.
Yeah, the brigade is on the way because they're gonna be like, "Yo, we getting ready to bury you tonight, along with this 5'10" like idiot." You know what I'm saying? Like, they about to get me all the way out of here, bro. I'm trying to tell they about to get me out the paint tonight, boy. I'm trying to tell you. And I'm gonna be on for a minute too. I'm gonna stay around. I don't know what time I'm gonna get off here, man. I'll probably be on till like 1:00. But
Yeah, you got
uh,
it, bro.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, real quick, I would say it, even though I might end up being wrong.
What's
It's
that?
4:54. We getting the ball back. This is Carolina stuff, man.
Yeah,
This Carolina stuff. I'm telling you.
yeah, yeah.
We act crazy, and then just last minute, we just something happens.
Mm-hmm.
So back to
Yeah,
my old boy earlier. Faith is still here.
yeah.
A little bit, just a little bit, but it's still here because we've seen some crazy stuff.
Somebody had put in the chat earlier, like, Lord, Lord, I believe, help me in my unbelief. It's it's
It's
a lot
literally
of
us.
people going crazy about Canales' play calling, man. I you know
First,
I just have a hard time with that, man. And the reason I do is because I understand what y'all are saying, and I don't, and you're not wrong, sorta. It's just there's limitations. Now, let me say this too. When I saw like that last route with McMillan, one of the things that Steve Smith complained about, and this shows itself in certain moments. This is also where I think that you have to be careful if you're one of the get Bryce out of the building guys. Which if we're gonna say he's not, I'm not saying that. Y'all know me.
yeah,
That's not. Don't get me messed up with that. But I'm just saying what happens in an offense like what you're seeing on the opposite side, where you do have guys that can get a little bit, and you have a coach that can create more space for your guys. Like it's just fascinating to see what that looks like. But a lot of guys, don't separate, especially down the field as well.
mhm,
And that's an issue that Smitty was talking about. That was one of his main things. He was like, everybody's possession, like, there's no real burners. You don't have a lot of juice on the offense, but that's still, I'm not going to use that as an excuse, but
of
it's just
course.
a thing.
And Smitty knows football, so you got to
He sure
respect it.
does. You got to respect that opinion. Absolutely.
I do wish they would do more. They would try more stuff with Jimmy, though. I think they're really underselling Jimmy.
Agreed. There you go. First down.
And that's another thing. Like we got people. I think you said it earlier. We have talent, man. Like this is not a what we've seen in the past. This is a talented team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we utilize them all correctly.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There you go. Deep went to league. Yeah, I like it. And he got out of bounds.
It's
Smart.
something different when they aggressive and they urgency. It changes the game for
It
them.
does. Now that okay, so that's another thing I was going to talk about. I think with a guy that's a quick striker in quick game like Bryce Young, one thing that I don't think that they take advantage of fully is, and I feel like they should. I feel like they should take more advantage of no huddle, and
Mm,
they don't as much unless it's in 2 minute, or they're doing it right now. But like, I just think no huddle is gonna, it puts the defense. You're always gonna put the defense in a weird spot.
I agree.
Oh, good ball.
Yeah, he threw that thing. Yeah, they gotta treat him
Oh boy,
a little more like Drew Brees.
is that one coming back?
Come on, look good.
Oh man,
Ah,
he was
that
out
was
and came
bad.
back. Oh, okay,
That was bad.
dang, lost it down too.
That was
Where was he at
bad.
out of bounds?
He wasn't even nobody's fault. It was except him. That was bad.
Oh yeah, okay,
He lost awareness,
yeah,
which is something he does often.
yeah. Yeah, that's what Troy's saying too. Troy was like, there was no corner. The corner didn't really force him, to the boundary. He just kind of lost where he was. But, live to fight another. Keep going. Something that they're doing on defense that, and I'm not going to complain about it tonight, but they're doing this to our guys. We don't do it nearly as much. Gosh, dog, man.
Yep.
Cleveland Farrell, of all people. And I ain't going to lie, I'm a Clemson fan, but Cleveland Farrell has probably been the biggest disappointing defensive tackle taken in the first round in how many years? Let's say, okay, I don't think Mozzie was taken. Was Mozzie Smith taken in the first round to Dallas? He might have been. If my boy Jason in the chat, you would know. But of all people to get sacked by,
Well, that was a quantum.
if there ever is a team that will show itself, or to give the opportunity to somebody who hadn't had opportunity, it is us, boy. We will make somebody who is, you might not ever hear from this Joker again. But when he play Carolina, he
Still.
he gonna get shine.
Yeah, Mozzie was first rounder.
Yeah, to Dallas.
Yep.
and basically disappeared.
Man. And this time is going. We just letting this time go.
Yeah. Jason Hawthorne said, well, Canales has something to win. Rico not being in the game, not running the ball, and having no urgency with 7 minutes left, letting the play clock run down to 2 seconds. That is his specialty, that whole play clock situation. But that's more Bryce than it is Canales, because once you get up there, he look at the defense, he call him checks and stuff like that. Somebody go in motion, he's trying to see what the defense is giving. Throw it, dog. Throw it. Of course, underneath.
Yep. I just truly wish they would do just run the ball. Like I know we can't do it right now, but I'm just saying establish the run early. Like you gotta keep running. It is once again, I know I keep harping at the same thing, but it is inexcusable to for Rico to not touch the ball more than 15, less than 15 times.
Yeah. Ryan must have missed it, didn't he? Yeah.
Wasn't even close, bro. Wasn't even close.
Good Lord.
I'm too emotional for this, man. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I have so many hospital bills because of the Carolina Panthers.
Okay. So good Lord. Yeah.
This is bad for prime time, man.
It
Well,
is.
guess we'll see another 5 years before we get back on.
Yeah. Nah, you might be right, because if if Shador Sanders is going to continue to be the starter for Cleveland, and that's happening next year, man, they going to be, especially, man, let that boy win like 2 or 3 games. And then,
oh yeah.
especially if they fire, because I don't think it'll be hard to fire Stefanski if he wins a few games, but if Shador looks like this with Stefanski, what is he going to look like with a coach that actually believes in him? And,
Correct.
And if I'm not mistaken, they got 2 first-round picks this year. You know what I'm saying? You can get, you can offensive line and turn around and grab like a Carnell Tate or, one of these big-time receivers or whatever to help out, from the receiver perspective, free agent moves or whatever. Like, it's a reason them boys was looking all excited. You know what I'm saying? When he was out there throwing it
that
up.
told me everything, too. That's what I'm surprised nobody talking about that on TV.
Yeah.
Like, do y'all see the reactions of his teammates? Mm-hmm. Like even Myles Garrett's press conference, which was like, that was telling.
Yeah.
That was telling.
Yep. And so there's that. And then, man, I just, when I saw it's funny to contrast to what we were just talking about with him yesterday, just the fact that he was actually being aggressive throwing the ball down the field. I mentioned it earlier, man. Seeing Dak Prescott, I mean, there was a few times like that one. George Pickens caught one where he climbed the ladder between the safety and the corner, turned around, and I personally believe, and I know people will probably think I'm nuts when I say this. I believe XL can do some of that stuff. I'm fully convinced that T-Mac can do some of that stuff, but it's not going to happen if you're not taking chances. It's like when we just saw that last 3rd and 18. Like, what business do you have checking the ball down? If I'm Dave Canales, I'm going to ask you a question. What, with my possessions that we just earned, that my defense just earned for you, what business do you have checking the ball down on a 3rd and 18? I don't care. You have to. I understand that everything you do is calculated, and that the whole point guard thing or whatever like that. But you know what? Steph Curry's a point guard, and Steph Curry literally. I watched the video of LeBron James talking about how he could not believe Steph Curry, and he was dead serious. Steph Curry blew him off completely. Waved off him and KD. They was over there wide open and shot a ball in the Olympics to blow the game up. I mean, it was the golden dagger. You know what I'm saying? When that call was made, just the gumption to take those shots. I'm like, man, it's an internal thing. It is. I believe in myself, but I only believe in myself. This is what it feels like. I'm only saying this from the outside looking in. I'm a schmuck sitting on a couch, right? But from the outside looking in, it feels to me like when the money is house, Atlanta's a house money game. I done won there a bunch. Atlanta's not a threat. I'm a play up. I'm a really play up today. But when it's like the ones that really matter, you know what I'm saying? And then the other thing is just confidence and belief in the people that you are, that you work with. I saw that stat tonight. 2 and 6 against the blitz. 2 out of 6 against the blitz. Man, last year, especially after that Kansas City game, Dave Canales would have dared you to blitz Bryce Young when Adam was here, because that was a bucket.
Correct.
You blitz Bryce Young and you gonna pay for it.
Correct.
I'm not gonna make any excuses because I was the guy that was like, yeah, man, Adam Thielen, get him out of here. Let's go youth movement. But I'm also not an idiot. He missed that connection. He misses it. It's not an excuse, but it's just real.
Yeah.
He misses it. You can see it tonight. These guys running, I mean, he throwing routes. He throwing in-breaking routes. They running corners. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's young and young.
Yeah. But then you got to ask yourself, okay, with that being said, then that's where you got to ask, like, as far as preparation is concerned, man, what was we doing all week? Was y'all out here? Yeah, y'all was out here looking at the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like going to the lakes. Something. What was we doing all week? It's insane, E.
It's disappointing. But I mean, hey, that's what they showed us in the first half. So what can we say? We try to have hope.
Goodness gracious, man.
But these are the nights where you're reminded we need a QB, man. We need a QB. Even though, like I said, I think Bryce is the guy until we find the franchise guy. But man, it's not pretty, man.
It's not. It is not. Look, here they come. I told you, E. Hey, look, I be talking trash. So hey, like I told you, I already see my count going up. I can see people coming in like, let me go see what he talking about. Let me see, gonna make them excuses. I ain't making no excuses. But boy, look, he look terrible. But ain't gonna be like,
It's
you know,
bad.
it is. My boys back, we call him Canalos. I'm starting to hate Canalos. Yeah, I'm telling you, YouTube is one of the most fun things that I ever decided to join in my life because I done met some really cool people like yourself and many others, man, and some people that I don't even ever see, in person, but just be some of the most funny commentary you could imagine, like. And then some of the messages that I get online, man, like I get some really, really weird. So I can't imagine how it is for some of these like real big
Yeah,
YouTubers, man, because I get some crazy messages like on X and stuff, and like I don't answer most of them,
yeah.
Instagram, all kind of stuff. But yeah, like I'm like, yo, I feel like y'all, man. You might try to catch me at a game or something and run down on me, you know what I'm saying? Over a take, man. I'm like, dang, bro. Bro, my inbox like, nah, bro. You ain't supposed to think, you know what I'm saying? This is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, my bad, bro.
yeah.
You got
Imagine those on the sports centers. That'd be on
it.
first take and stuff, man.
Yeah. Bro, you got it.
Yeah, you got all of that. It ain't worth it. It ain't
Shout out to
worth it.
Cigar Man for the 199 super chat. He said Evero was ready, unlike Canales. Yes, he was. Actually, I would venture to say that, I've asked this question, and on a week where things go really well, who fighting? Don't fight now. That's the Ashawn Robinson special. Ashawn be ready to scrap it when we
You
take
know
a
he
L.
ready. He
Only
ready.
when it's a L though. Yep, that's the game.
Dang,
Um, hold on a second. Um, frustrations mount, man. All right, B, give me your from what we did watch of this, the rest of this game. Give me your big takeaway, bro.
my takeaway has not changed from the start, and that is you have to run. You have to run the ball.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if anybody can convince me that there was a point in that game where we had to dish the run. Like we never built off of it.
Mm-hmm.
6 carries is just, as Charles Barkley, terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
just that is not cool, man.
Yeah.
What Bryce had 20? How many throws? Over he had over 20, which I said was gonna be bad
Mm-hmm.
if he had to throw that many times. He threw the ball. He threw the ball 29 times. Not winning formula.
Mm-hmm.
Otto caught the ball 4 times, ran the ball 6 times. My takeaway of we got to run. That's once again, I am dying on that hill, as
Yeah.
you would say. We have to run the ball.
So,
Still fighting, dang.
okay, so I'm seeing this theme constantly on X, and I'm fascinated to see this. Oh man, Jawan Jennings and who he fighting?
Wait, he fighting? I don't know. He fighting his. Oh,
What?
you about to see? He need to be fine.
Oh, him and Morik. They got history though.
Yeah, they do.
They done seen each other a lot over the past few years. because the Raiders and the 49ers do play each other still, because of the proximity. So that had to be something, personal. $20-9, man.
I don't see what.
Oh, okay. I think they saying Trayvon Morik must have like punched him. He acting like he hit him in the.
I was trying to see was it on purpose
Yeah.
though. Like it didn't show if it was like trip fall into I don't know, but anyway, that's not important. That's how you know you lost when that's the fun part again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
So I'm looking at X, man, and there's an overwhelming theme that is present on X, and that overwhelming theme is this was all on coaching. Now, I'm not gonna hype up the excuse train right now because that's not what I want to do tonight. But look, Lisa Salter's trying to talk to C-Mac and everybody from Carolina. They're taking a picture with him. Like, oh, YGM, that was him in there too. But yeah, a lot of people are blaming the offensive play calling tonight. You mentioned it. You talked about the lack of running opportunities. You know what I'm saying, and the lack of commitment to the run. So are you kind of joining that train as well, or do you kind of like as far as like this being primarily on play calling?
So I would say that I'm I'm not I'm not too I'm not overacting on the fact that the play calling. Like I said earlier, I don't think that they're playing the game the right way as far as the way he's calling these pass plays. I have a problem with the pass plays, especially the 2-point conversion.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if you put in the context of they're not running the ball and that'll be considered play calling, then yes. But
Mm-hmm.
I just consider it a lack of understanding what's your focal point of team. It goes back to the argument a couple of weeks ago before we got the Green Bay win was who is this team? Identity. Like that was consistent. And I think that what's frustrating is that after we've won a certain way, we still don't have identity. When identity to me has been proven to be that we are running team.
Right.
Especially with Hubbard as the backup. Like you don't have to diminish Hubbard, but use both guys, the two-headed monster. Let's really go all in. We tripped and fell into our way into a running back system.
Mm-hmm.
Use them, especially if you're going to have one for just this year, because I don't know if we can get Rico and still be paying Hubbard what he's getting with what 28 mil.
Yeah, that's going to be a really fascinating conversation as time progresses, and I personally believe that I know this is going to sound crazy. As much as I don't have to spell it out because of my bias towards Rico Dowdle. I'm sure if you watch my channel long enough, you know why. As cool as that would be, I don't think that it's the sustainable option. I really believe that you can't justify, because I don't think that there's anybody out there that's going to pick up the Chuba contract is the thing. Mm-hmm. And so if you cut him, which I don't think will happen, because I think that would be preposterous, there's the dead money hit, that you're going to take. So why would you take a dead money hit on a player who just is literally a year removed from 1,000-yard season? You know what I'm saying? And you paid him because of his dedication, to the team. So what do I think is the realistic option? I think as we speak right now, they are evaluating how Jonathan Brooks is faring along, how he's coming along. And I think that the next step is going to be, he's going to be my succession plan, and he's going to replace Rico next year. And I think Rico will hit the market, and he'll probably get a deal somewhere. I don't think, and look, am I in favor of that necessarily? Not necessarily, but I think it's the option that makes the most sense from a cap perspective, because you really are in a really, really tough spot if you keep Rico, pay him, pay Chuba, it limits what you can do in free agency in the offseason because you basically would be taking care. And somebody was telling me that this is Bryce's contract year. I thought that year 4 was the contract year. So is this is the contract year? I could be wrong. But I know that when you're a rookie in the first round, you get the 5th year option. So I was I was thinking that this year, because this is year 3 for him, right? So I was thinking it was this year was year 3. Next year would be the year where they would have to make the decision on the option. But I could be
That's what I said as well.
Yeah, I could be wrong on that. But the point is that my boy Jay Issue, I know he probably won't come up here and scream at me. He say, Bryce, he was on before, right before you came on. He said, Bryce does this every week. When is enough going to be enough? I mean, he didn't do it last week, so
Nah, they right. He will tell you that's right. By the way.
Okay, so
to make this decision this year.
Buck is saying, so this is how this works, and you would think that being a content creator, I would know this, so I appreciate it. But Buck said, Buck says this is the option year. The next year is the contract year, so they can choose to pick up his 5th year option after this year, but he's still under contract, right?
Yes.
So that means that if they picked up the option, and I hope I'm right on this, then they have until year 5 if they want to pay him. Now it's a bigger deal, right? Picking up that option for Bryce in his pockets. But I got to think, like, after a Monday night like this, that's probably looking less and less likely, and if he goes into year 4 knowing that they didn't pick up the option, that completely changes his viewpoint, and how he plays. Now, what I would hope is that it would make him extremely aggressive. And again, this season ain't over yet. Yes, we're 6-6. Now, I'll be honest with you. You don't know which Panther team is going to show up, but boy, you got a gauntlet ahead of you. This was the one. If there was one that you had an opportunity to win and that you wanted to try to capitalize on, it was this game, right? And I just want you to think about how this game went as far as like just the overall, makeup of the game. Man, we ain't had no like late timeouts. We had like maybe 4 or 5 flags the whole game. It wasn't a ton of punts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a few. This just felt like, I'm going to be honest with you, dog. Like, it felt like to me, these boys ready to go eat. You know what I'm saying? It's Thanksgiving. Like, they just, man, let's get home. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll lock back in next week. Because, it just didn't feel like a Monday night game. It didn't feel like, and maybe it's because, from our vantage point, we not at home. You know what I'm saying? So, like, but it just, I don't know. The 1 o'clock kick felt like a better atmosphere to me, even on the road. You know what I'm saying? Than this. Yeah.
No, that's facts. I think. I mean, it changed dynamic to be the only game on too.
Yeah.
But I don't know. My thoughts are kind of everywhere. I'm still frustrated because I feel like you're not giving yourself a chance when I can't remember last time I saw the defense play this well. Like they play good. They've had good games this year.
Yeah.
I don't think there has been a game like this season. Like this was top-notch defense. So it kind of just takes the air out of you when you see us play at our top and we only put up 9 points. But yeah, the excitement was going pretty quick in this game. After that 3rd pick, it was pretty much over from there. And you saw how the offense was playing. Saw how Bryce was missing. You saw how T-Mac was dropping. It was just like, yeah, this ain't going nowhere tonight. So and then when J.R. went out, it was over.
This is could be play this is Josh Norris. I'm gonna read a couple of X tweets or whatever because some of this stuff is fascinating. Josh Norris from Underdog Fantasy says Dave Canales is terrified of something in the drop back passing game. Maybe it's Corbett / Zavala or Iquanu versus Huff or it's the QB versus a loaded middle of the field, but way too many rollouts compared to last week's performance versus the Falcons. I know you had spoke to that, a little bit earlier, talking about the amount of rollouts. Jared Feinberg from SI says Dave Canales dropped the ball big time. Dave Canales dropped the ball big. Timeline this bright moment. I can't put it on Bryce. No way. Not after what Canales was able to do last week from a play calling consistency standpoint. Beyond frustrating, especially on the national stage. I guess I'm kind of like, I'm split on that. On one hand, and then last but not least, Cat Crave, who Cat Crave be kind of like up and down sometime, man. Because like I don't know if you follow Cat Crave, but they the dudes from UK, and like sometimes they come off as haters. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like I know Dean probably gonna see me talking and be like, "What you say?" Like I'm just keeping it a butt. Like sometimes y'all be coming off as haters, but like. But he did say something that I believe to be true. He was like, the Panthers will never be on primetime again after this. Because this was you know what this looked like, bro? And this is what makes it so bad for Bryce. Show your work, man. What are you in big moments? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to show your work, man. Like, the thing that's so frustrating about this, Elliot, is just like, why didn't you if you did half of what you did last week today, and maybe it is all play calling. I don't know. I haven't watched enough. I was paying attention, doing the content creation thing, and then watching the game fully is a little bit difficult. I can talk about it a little bit more in depth whenever I watch the game and then have time to analyze. That's why I go live on Monday, because it gives me time to just kind of look at everything, hear the reactions after the game. Was there some stuff that was happening, the things that may have been some tough situations of the field as far as injuries, stuff like that is concerned. So it gives me time to have perspective, right, as opposed to a quick reaction. But in the mode of quick reaction right now, I'll just say, like, it's hard to quantify which is which. Like, is it Dave being too afraid because of what we saw, that interception we thought, the last pick that Bryce threw, or is it just reluctance because of his own fears? Because who's to say if people get their wish and they make a change at quarterback? This is the most dangerous part about all this, Elliot. They could do that, and they can make that change at quarterback, and you could draft a guy, and you could put yourself in a position where you are now trying to figure out this quarterback position again. And when it comes time to contract some of these guys that you love that are playing really well, they're like, nah, I want out of here. Or you have to overpay Myles Garrett to keep him around. You know what I'm saying? And, well, not overpay him, but like he's paid well with what he deserves. But what I'm saying is like, it's probably not the most advantageous position for you to be paying, considering the offensive line woes, the interior defensive line woes, if you're Cleveland, right? So those same things exist here. When you have a quarterback that you at least say that you believe in, then I can go grab Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis. And then the next season I can go grab, all these defensive line guys to completely flip the defense from one year to the next. And I can draft a receiver even though we had the worst defense in the league, you know what I'm saying, with the 8th overall pick. Because at least he may not have shown me everything I need to see, but I believe in him. So it shores up the room. Well, now, if you make that decision and say, well, now I don't believe in you. Well, okay, but you pretty much going the same route that you went the last time in drafting a rookie quarterback. So it's really like you really hope that this works, because, man, if it don't, Dave's out the door, Bryce is out the door, and then you're right back in the circle, the Panther circle of life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and we don't want to go through that again. Like, it's been a long time since we even been able to be relevant in November. Like, I can't remember last time in years that we've been able to be in this moment that we're in right now.
That I can count on. Can you hear that in the background?
Yeah.
That shows up weekly. This is Dave on the press conference.
I don't know how much of a factor it was that way, but I know they did a great job of making first downs and finding early success on third down. They kind of took the ball down the field on third downs and were pretty much perfect in that area. And they got, we did a really solid job against the run game. But as the game goes on, and because we weren't able to sustain drives offensively, we were leaving our defense out there a long time, and they start making extra yards after that with two good solid backs.
Y'all tell me if y'all can hear that in the chat. Y'all tell me if y'all can hear the audio of the press conferences. I don't want to be just sitting here looking crazy like we don't, we just sitting here.
Yeah, it didn't present as a head injury initially, and then
just type in one in
once
the chat
he came in for
that.
the half, that's when it started to really materialize. So when he came out and he was, feeling nauseous and all that, those are signs that our training staff took and said, okay, we got to make sure we do further evaluation on that.
Dave, you obviously needed 2 scores down 11.
Yeah.
Going for the 57-yarder, what was the conversation like with Tracy beforehand, and why that?
Yeah, if we could get it past the 40, give Ryan a shot, to get a field goal there, kick him back deep. We'd had timeouts, see if we can get a stop, which our defense ended up getting a stop after that. So the goal was to do that, get the ball back, and see if we can go down to tie it up.
I understand that you have to focus on multiple things. There's a video.
Stay right there. I'm going to come right back to you.
Yep.
Von Merrick hitting Jawan Jennings.
Yeah.
Low, not near the ball at all. What happened there? Did you get any?
I'll get to the bottom of that. I want to see what exactly happened, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Trey about that yet. As you know, we've just been kind of talking to the team and wrapping up the day, but that'll be a conversation.
Actually, I still got you here. My bad.
Yeah, I'll talk to him tonight, and I want to make sure I'll have a chance right now to look at the film and to see what happened. It's just the full group execution and just making sure we're on the same page with the calls that are coming in and out. The timing and rhythm, making sure he's getting his throws off the right way, making sure guys are running the right routes at the right depth. Those are all the things that we're just hammering on as a group, and we have to continue to regroup quickly this week and get to the bottom of the execution part of it.
We'll do a couple more. Dave, back to that first and goal play. I mean, how big of a momentum killer was that? I mean, you have a chance to answer right off the interception, and just first and goal at the 1, and safety numbers are even most going to get a 6.
Yeah, missed opportunity, and there was a lot of moments like that, and that certainly was one of them.
How disappointing to come in on this stage and not play up to snuff?
Yeah, we just have to be able to carry our execution, regardless of where it's at, what time it's played, who the opponent is. We have to focus on those things and make sure that we come out of the game with good football. And I didn't feel like we did collectively. There were spots. There was some really good football played in areas, but certainly from an offensive standpoint with the penalties, putting us into some bad situations on some 1st and 20s and things like that, it gets harder. And so those are some of the things that are talking about. And then just the basics of it, the blocking, throwing, and catching, the things that we have to really come back to and improve.
Dave, 12 games into year 2, how confident do you feel in your ability to handle situational football as well as play calling and also chemistry?
I have a lot of good help, but again, this is a collective thing, and it starts with me. I have to make sure that we're all, taking that information, making it come alive.
Mike K with the
having
stray.
a good attack. Love the game plan that we had coming into it, but making sure that our guys are ready. And so I got to do whatever it takes to make sure that they're ready to go. And we have a modified week now, this week, and so we have to be able to take the lessons from this and move on quickly. We have everything still right in front of us. We have to understand that, but the only way we're going to make it happen is by playing good fundamental football. The run game was solid when we look at it per average. Just there were some good runs, and but the mix of it and the way we were going to try to attack this team, it didn't play out. We didn't come away with a lot of the passes that we wanted to make that happen. And so again, it's just going back to the basics of it and looking at the execution part and making sure we're all collectively looking at it together, agreeing upon what needs to be improved and moving forward. All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you. Interesting. One thing he said there that I find fascinating is Mike K asked him, he said, man, how do you feel 12 games in about your ability to call situational football? And I could tell by his answer that's something that Mike K is going to hear about from somebody internally. Like somebody can get at Mike K and be like, "Hey man, chill out."
Mm-hmm.
But it's the right kind of question to ask because it's the question that I have posed to my co-host Brad. And I'm sure, like I said, he's watching. He may comment in the chat. He may call me. I'm not sure. But I feel like Dave, one of Dave's strengths is being able to be that guy that galvanizes everybody, right? That gets everybody going. But Elliot, you know this as a pastor of a church. You can't do everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I think so many pastors fail at this, and part of the reason why so many churches are struggling, especially with discipleship. You know what I'm saying? And people actually, learning the Bible and things like that. Now that's something you have to do on your own time. The Bible does tell us to study to show ourselves approved, right? But like it's because and the message has become very like topical because the pastor's doing so many different things that when do you have time to really just sit, get quiet with God and like let the word speak so that you can, deliver a message. To me, it feels similar when it comes to Dave Canales. It's like Mike K's asking a very, very good question because for a young head coach and a young guy, man, this guy's only been calling plays for 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? 1 year in Tampa, 2 years in Carolina, right? Calling plays. So, of course, you're going to have, especially when you spent the majority of your time, you got promoted from a position that you're more familiar with, that you've been for so long, wide receiver coach, right? So, of course, you're going to have struggles when you take over play calling. And now you have the responsibility of like, I mean, I don't think people realize just how much responsibility you have as a head coach in the NFL, and really on any level. You know what I'm saying? But in the NFL, man, like they're asking you questions about quality control stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, and scheduling, yes. Like these are, and it's like, so I got to make sure my game plan is on point, and I got to deal with all that kind of stuff, and I got to be a attentive family man. You know what I'm saying? At what point do you realize it might be too much?
Yeah.
And you delegate this task to Brad Isaac or someone else, because I do think Dave Canales is a good coach. And I do think that there's room for you to be able to go back and he's going to be someone that is, what's the word I'm looking for? He's going to be somebody that has his hands on the offense and can make those, can like kind of, whoa, let me reel you back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to make a few decisions, here or whatever, because I'm seeing some things. But if you got a guy that literally has a bird's eye view and that's his only focus, my only focus is that I need you game planning for this team that's coming up. How can you, with a straight face, look at Mike K being asked that question and say like, well, yeah, there were some opportunities, but we good. Because that's what Brad was pushing back. Brad, like, bro, these dudes got egos. He's not going to give up play calling like that. Not having this opportunity. Well, okay, cool. But it might be his detriment. It really might. Because if this many people are complaining about the play calling, yes, people are complaining about the quarterback too. But I'm seeing people that like really watch ball that are like tight with Dave Canales right now. You know what I'm saying? Because of how this game was called. On the national stage, an embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? On a national stage. At some point, you do have to start looking and being like, hey, maybe we should delegate some tasks out. Am I crazy?
No, I don't think so. I think there's something there, especially if you look at it from a standpoint of it's been 12 weeks, you have something to judge it by. As you stated, as for head coaches, it's so much. I remember listening to, I can't remember which hit. It might have been like Tony Dungy where he talked about like everything he had to do per week. I'm like, bro, I don't know how they do that. And you want to be a play caller,
yeah,
and you still a father, and you still a spouse. Like it's a lot. So I think Dave got a. I think one of the things that I think you see from multiple levels, no matter what industry, is leadership has to be built off of identity and vision. Like, where are we trying to go? How are we
yeah,
trying to do this?
yeah.
And once you do that, then you can identify where do I fit in the picture? I'm
Mhm.
automatically, as the primary leader, I'm the automatic voice.
Right.
But do I need to take on more than being the voice? Does my voice, bring more power by me being involved in everything? Or is it more powerful by me empowering those around me to be able to handle certain things? Now I
Mhm.
understand, like, the Andy Reid's of the world, like, you have proven you have the years,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have his hand on everything. You just know that he's the play caller
Mhm.
and he's the voice.
Yeah.
But you don't see him trying to navigate every in and out of the Chiefs.
Right.
But that comes with experience. So I don't think you're crazy. I think that's a valid question by Mike K. That I think more people need to push. I know Sheena Quick is one that pushed a lot as
Yeah.
well. A few others. Um, but I think Dave may be in over his head. Honestly, I do get it though, from the perspective of, hey, this is my first time, and if
Mhm.
I'm going to mess up, let it be on me. I don't want to put it in somebody else's hands. But I think that with a team that you found success, you've passed the threshold of what people thought was your limitation. I
Mhm.
think it is time to say, you know what, maybe I need to pass along this, because this was things people were saying months ago, and even last year when it came to, like, uh how late the play call was coming in was rumors,
Yeah.
because you're trying to handle so much. If you're trying to challenge, or you're trying to see what just happened on the play last, but you still trying to call the play for the next thing, you don't, like, it's so much you're trying to do that it appeared that Dave has kind of, bit more than he could chew.
Yeah.
um and tonight is a great example, because on prime time, that's not the game you want to have. I mean, that's
No.
like, I go back to what you said. If you're going to throw picks, if you're going to play bad, do it by being aggressive. Like, don't do it by doing these little dinks and dunks. Like, let's go out there and let's give it everything.
Yeah.
And I think you do yourself a disservice with the type of talent we have. You have a Jimmy. Let's see how many times have we seen them go for the shriek. Like, let's do it.
Mhm.
You have a T Mac. They have utilized T Mac, so I can't even do too much on that. He dropped some easy ones tonight, and they threw one deep.
Mhm.
Excel has been a disappointment, but as you said earlier, I think Excel can do what you saw George Pickens do last night. So I think I would like to see Dave give up play calling. I would. I don't know if that's just because we're used to, oh, it don't work a couple weeks, let's go ahead and pass it off, the same way we did with Frank Wright and Thomas Jones. Was it Thomas? I can't remember Thomas' last name, but uh
Yeah, Thomas,
uh
you right. Yeah. Mhm.
the same thing we did with um the defense coordinator, Steve Wilkes,
Mhm.
and his OC, I can't remember at the time. The same thing we did with uh with Matt Rule, and said, "Hey, give it, Eric, just give it up." We love seeing them give it up just for them to do the same thing. So maybe I'm just like, I'm tired of seeing this, and then Brad Isaac would do the same thing, and we just be like, all right, well, he ain't doing nothing either. But I do think Dave need to focus on coaching, and they need to be clear on what's the identity, because Dave
Yeah.
told us that we was a running team, and then he'll go out there and throw 35 times.
That's right. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, and I ain't gonna lie. I was caping out loud that we were a passing team. So, yeah, I'll wear that proudly. But man, somebody tweeted. Somebody done already did a mock draft. They draft all the quarterbacks. Like every pick was a quarterback. Nuss, John Mateer, Carson Beck. One of them niggas gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So like
hilarious.
we about
We
to.
ain't going 0 out of 7. That's crazy.
Oh boy, y'all a trip.
That's comedy.
Y'all a
That's
trip,
good.
man. Week to week, dog. I'm trying to tell you, week to week, man. Y'all a trip, man. But this how I go, man. Like I said this before, I'll say it again. Fans are beholden to nothing but greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter what it look like. Like, we are beholden to nothing but greatness.
Yep.
Now some of us will choose to have a different outlook, whether that be something more positive and optimistic, or that be something that's more pessimistic, or just realistic, as some would say. But hey, at the end of the day, you are only beholden to greatness. And so
Yeah.
this is this has been man, what an embarrassment on national TV, Elliot. What an embarrassment.
And it's crazy on the night that the defense went ham.
Yeah.
They went ham. Because I would have thought the defense was going to be the one that let us down, not the offense.
Yeah. Well, I've been on for long enough. Elliot, I appreciate you hanging in with me, man. It's been it's been a fun stream. Shout out to the Tom Grassi crew that came through. I don't know if y'all were here for that, but if you were here, Tom Grassi, and salute to you if you're still watching or if you just kind of going around everybody, every Panther person's chat. But Tom Grassi is a very, very popular he's a popular YouTuber, period. But his primary is the Green Bay Packers. And out of nowhere, the Tom Grassi chat crew just kind of came and bombed the chat. And I appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. But me and Elliot saw this in real time, and it was insane. So salute to them guys for coming through. But man, I stuck it out. It's 11:30 at night, man. I'm old, I'm fat, and I'm tired. And so it is time for me to go pray and go to bed.
I'm going to do the same thing.
Yes, sir. Elliot, man, I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, appreciate you, man. You bring a lot of light to a lot of people, so don't take that for granted.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much.
Man. Love y'all. Keep out.
Yes, sir. Love you too, bro. It's been a blessing.
Peace.
Talk to you soon. Shout out to Elliot, man. One of the most amazing people that I've met since I've been on this YouTube journey. Many others. Shout out to Jay Issue that pulled up in the chat as well. What an embarrassment, man. What an embarrassment. There's a lot of y'all in the chat that I didn't get really a chance to talk to. Shout out to Shaky. He said, great. Moses, great comp. Yes, sir. Panthers said we need 2 scores. Oh, this is like old stuff. My bad. Let's look at some of the most recent. Thanks for the stream. Oh, word. It says, thanks for the stream. Where are you located? It's 5:30 a.m., so I'm going to need a couple of hours before work. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for coming through. Yeah. Yep. So, all right. Well, this has been a fun one, y'all. A fun one and a sad one at the same time. We'll break down more of it throughout the week. Just look for some uploads throughout the week. And I appreciate y'all coming through. If you're not a member of the channel and want to become a member, $1.99 per month to join the OCs, we would very much appreciate that. We'll be back on. Probably won't be another live this week. I will upload some just individual videos just so we can react to some of the craziness that we just seen today and some of the storylines that'll probably pop up tomorrow, which, you know, we're going to be a story, but for all the wrong reasons. I felt like if we won this game tonight, we'd have been a national story, and it would have been a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing to watch. All this hard work, all this in Denmark. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much from Denmark. Man, what a commitment. And you've been in the chat like all night. We appreciate that. Yeah, thank you very much. But yeah, salute from Denmark. But as I mentioned, you know, this has been I thought this would be the opportunity that we would be able to come out and, you know, kind of show the world what we've been building down here in Charlotte from all the content creators that were live tonight and you know, social media that was, you know, lit up and all that kind of stuff. And well, we just came out and just took a big old dump on Levi Field. So, oh well, all is well that doesn't end well. But again, I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. This has been a really, really fun and interesting episode of Mint Street Mondays. And I will see you guys again next Monday, bright and early, 10 a.m. And until then, y'all make sure to do 2 things. Stay prayed up and keep pounding.